Welcome to Believers Talk and Week 7 of the National Football League as our Buffalo Bills go into Indianapolis to take on the Indianapolis Colts. That's right, the 2-4 Buffalo Bills go up against the 1-5 Indianapolis Colts in this Week 7 matchup. Welcome to Believers Talk. My name is Joe. If you have not already subscribed to this channel, you want to be sure to subscribe, as we will be going live every Sunday for play-by-play reaction for these Buffalo Bills games. So we'll go live on Sunday. We go live on Monday with the reaction, with the recap of the game the day after, and then also Thursday during Thursday Night Football, during the halftime of Thursday Night Football, we'll come on here to preview the game coming up the next week. So next week obviously will be a little bit different. Next week we play the Patriots on Monday night. I will not be able to live stream that game. However, if you go over to the Sports Fury friends over there, if you haven't already checked them out, be sure to check them out. They go live for all primetime games. They will have the Buffalo Bills the Patriots are coming to Buffalo, so the Patriots at Buffalo Bills game for you on Monday night. So be sure to check them out. But here we are, Sunday. This is Week 7. Like I said, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Our account information is on the links below, so in the description below, hit those links and follow us there. I do try on Twitter to keep you updated on all Buffalo talk. Myth, welcome back. Good to see you. Brandon Nichols, welcome to Believers Talk. Good to see you too. Let's go. Let's get this done. It's like I said, it's currently 12:30 on the East Coast. I will get into some of this game preview, talk about some things, some statistics from both teams. I'll give you a rundown of all the games, rundown of the injury report, and then we'll get into this game, get into a prediction. I have a score prediction ready to give to you, and 3 keys to victory, what the Bills will need to do to come out victorious in this game, as Derek Anderson starts for the Buffalo Bills in this game. So we look forward to seeing that. We look forward to seeing him in his first start in Buffalo. I was thinking earlier throughout this week, I was wondering what would it take for us to sit Derek Anderson and put Nathan Peterman in. How bad would Derek Anderson have to play for us to put in Nathan Peterman? I think it would take a lot. I think I really do for that to happen. But it would be interesting to see if that would happen. That'd be kind of funny to me. But again, welcome to Believers Talk. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. My name is Joe. I'll be with you throughout this whole game for about 3.5 hours. So like I said, I come on here at 12:30 Eastern Time, take you through the whole game, give a little thought after the game, but mostly do save that for my show tomorrow on Mondays. I try to do like a post-game wrap-up, and I don't want to get too excited or too down on the team during the game or right after the game. I know a lot of people do that. What type of quarterback is Derek Anderson? Myth, Derek Anderson is a pocket passer. He's not going to, first of all, he's 35 years old, so he's getting up there in age a little bit. And I say that as someone who's really close to 35 years old. But he's up there in age for an NFL quarterback. He's not going to run all that much. He's going to try to stay in the pocket, and that hurts us a little bit because we all know how weak our offensive line is. Again, guys, our offensive line is giving up 4 sacks a game. So now we have someone, and Josh Allen is definitely a mobile quarterback. We've seen that. We've seen his mobility. We've seen his athleticism. We all remember him leaping over a bar against the Vikings. But anyway, so we need to make sure that our offensive line can protect Derek Anderson. They should have went for one in London. The interesting thing about London, and there is a London game going on right now. I think the Tennessee Titans and the LA Chargers are currently at London. So if you're watching that game, I hope that game's going good for you. Normally, I'm not a huge fan of the London games. Most of them seem like one team shows up and one team just, whether it be jet lag or just not ready to compete, they do not play in that game all that well, and it's normally like a blowout to some degree. So hopefully that's a good game. I can check it out now, actually. Check the score on that one. But yeah, the thing about the London games is if you want a chance at a home to host a Super Bowl, you have to be willing to have one of your home games in London. So obviously, the Bills will never get a chance to host a Super Bowl in Buffalo. Definitely not until we get a new stadium. But also, you have to remember, normally they try to stay away from cold stadiums, unless it's a dome. We did see they went to Indianapolis one year. I don't think they'll do that again. That actually did not work in the NFL's favor. And then we did see they went to New York City when the new MetLife Stadium was built. So, Buffalo would have to build a new stadium before they even considered coming to Buffalo for a Super Bowl, but I just don't see them ever wanting to go to Buffalo for a Super Bowl in February, and I don't blame them for that. I mean, that's just one of those things. Buffalo doesn't exactly promote great great football weather all the time. So it does look like the game in London ended, and the Chargers did hold on to beat the Titans 20-19. So that must have been a fun one. If you're in fantasy, I'll go through those scores real quick. Tyrell Williams had a 75-yard touchdown catch for the Chargers. Michael Bagley had field goal. Field goal. So set up with another field goal. Mike Williams with a 55-yard touchdown. So both Williams for the Chargers had a touchdown. Derrick Henry then had a 1-yard touchdown, and Luke Stocker had a 1-yard touchdown pass for Marcus Mariota with 30 left. They decided to go for 2. 30 seconds left. They scored in the fourth quarter to make it 20-19. Extra point pending. They went for 2. And they missed it. So that's interesting to me that they decided not to even try to go into overtime. We saw a few weeks ago they were playing the Eagles, and instead of kicking a field goal late in overtime to end with a tie, they decided to go for the touchdown there and getting it and getting the victory there. That's a little bit of a different situation to me. Why wouldn't you want the extra 10 minutes to try to score there? That call will be questioned, I'm sure, for the next couple days to come. But there you have it. The Chargers beat the Titans, hold on to them by 1 point, 20-19. So that's the early game. That's the earliest game, of course, of the day. That game being in London. We'll get again into this Bills game a little bit. Let me run down the other 1 o'clock games or the other games of today that are going on. A lot of interesting games today. Unfortunately, this game couldn't be more interesting as far as records are concerned. Again, with the Bills being 2-4, the Colts being 1-5. But there are a lot of really interesting games. We'll see how they play out. Got Buffalo, Indianapolis, of course, starting at 1 o'clock. You have New England and Chicago at 1 o'clock. And that should be a good one. Houston, Jacksonville, that's going to be a huge game for the division. Then you got Detroit, Miami, Minnesota, New York Jets, Carolina, Philadelphia, Cleveland at Tampa Bay, New Orleans. And then at 4 o'clock, you have New Orleans at Baltimore. That should be a good game. You got Dallas at Washington, again, another divisional game. LA Rams at San Francisco. And then tonight, great game on the slate for tonight. You got Cincinnati at Kansas City. So that should be a fun game. And then tomorrow, you got the New York Giants at Atlanta. Pretty much the same records as this game here, with Atlanta being 2-4 and the Giants being 1-5. So clicking through some channels right now just because, I know it's not 1 o'clock yet, so the game's not on. But normally NFL Today is on at this point on DirecTV. So not sure what's going on there. Hopefully they have the game on, though, when it comes to 1 o'clock. So I'll get that to you. I'll try to figure out what's going on here. Again, if you're new, welcome to Believers Talk. My name is Joe. Hit that subscribe button. We do go live every game for the Buffalo Bills. We will not be live next week for the Monday Night Football game, and I will actually be at I'll be at the Jacksonville game late in November, so I won't be going live in this format for that game. I'll probably be there. I'll probably be live in some capacity during the game, maybe during halftime. I'll get on here and go live, but obviously I will not be able to go live during the game because I will be watching the game, so and I'll be there. So, but other than that, we will be live for every single Buffalo Bills game, giving you our reaction and the play-by-play for these games. So be sure to hit that subscribe button, like us, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Links in the description below. And we'll keep giving you news. Like I said, on Twitter, Twitter yesterday, I was busy because you had the Buffalo Bulls, you had the Buffalo Sabres with a big win. So I try to keep you guys updated on all Buffalo sports as I can. Baseball season comes, I'll try to keep you updated on the Bisons as well. I'm a huge Buffalo guy, originally from the area, so I try to follow sports teams as closely as possible. And I enjoy it. I just really love doing it. So, talking about this game, the Bills versus the Indianapolis Colts. Going into team statistics, we have both offenses kind of not doing. Obviously Buffalo is currently 31st in offense with only 222.5 yards average, which is terrible. I can't believe we're 31st, not 32nd, to be honest with you. I don't understand how the Cardinals' offense hasn't been better than that, but they're not. Indy is currently averaging 369.2 yards a game. So you have Buffalo Bills are averaging 123 yards passing. I do expect that number to go up. Hard to go down, but I do expect that number to go up with a pocket passer like Derek Anderson. I actually expect the wide receivers to do pretty decent today. I'm not going to lie. We all know that Derek Anderson was in Carolina 2-3 years ago when Kelvin Benjamin was there. So that should add a little element of familiarity to both of them, and they might be able to have a good connection in this game. Do I think Anderson is better than Tyrod? We'll see. Listen, for everyone who's still on the Tyrod thing, we need to get over that. That's over. He's gone. He went to the Browns. And let's be honest, he didn't do that great with the Browns. Do I think he's better? I think his career is better. Overall, his career has been better than Tyrod's. Do I think Derek Anderson's definitely a better pocket passer than Tyrod Taylor ever was. But you have to lean towards Tyrod, obviously, for the mobility, the ability to create plays downfield, and things like that. I would probably, especially if you're talking both prime versus prime, I'd probably lean towards Derek Anderson to get the start over Tyrod Taylor if you give me both of them. But it depends what you're looking for. It also depends on the weapons around you. It's a lot of people say it's all about the quarterback. I think that a lot of it has to do with the weapons around you as well. You're talking about the wide receivers. I mean, I don't know. You talk about the wide receivers, and you talk about, everyone sees what Woods is doing in LA. It's not always about the quarterback alone. It's about the team philosophy, what the team's trying to do. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to do two things at once here. I'm trying to post on Twitter as I'm also going live here. But those are the passing stats. Go to the rushing yards. The Bills are almost at 100 rushing yards a game, just under at 99.5 rushing yards a game. And the Colts rushing are 83.2. So really we have to focus a lot on the passing game. We know that our run defense, especially up the middle, is really good. And so we expect to be well there. And obviously they do not run the ball all that well. So that should be something that works in our advantage, the running game. So that takes away that, and then we should be able to... How come Ray McLeod not playing? I didn't realize Ray McLeod was not playing yet. Not having issues, really. John Patrick, I'm just trying to do too many things at once, and I can't concentrate on more than one thing at a time, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm just trying to get through some things here. Not having too many issues is 12:43 currently, 17 minutes until kickoff. Again, I don't know why the game currently, or like NFL Today, is not even on the TV at this point. Normally it's on. So I'm going to try to get to that and try to make sure that DirecTV is going to be up and running for you guys and for me, so that way the game will be on. So there's issues on that end. But again, I'm not worried about that. As long as at 1 o'clock the game's on, that's all I care about. But let's go through some more stats real quick. Points scored. The Buffalo Bills have only scored 12.7 points per game so far this season. Indianapolis is at 25.3. Sacks allowed. Buffalo has allowed 4 sacks a game. The Indianapolis offensive line has only allowed 1.7 sacks per game. So that's pretty good. Let's see if our defensive front can get to Andrew Luck a little quicker than that. We all know how good Andrew Luck can be, so we need to be able to prevent him from getting time to look downfield and to see what's ahead of him and to make plays happen, because that's what he does. He can make plays happen. McLeod's personal issues, yeah, he can't hold on to the ball. That's his personal issues. I was thinking about that earlier this week too. So I don't know how many of you guys know this, but we have Bajorges is actually a left-footed punter. And if you ever caught a punted ball, it's different catching a punt from a left-footed kicker than a right-footed kicker. So last week he had that fumble on the punt, and I just wonder if he's used to practicing with a left-footed kicker, if that has anything to do with him not being able to hold on to the ball, at least last week, have given him troubles with the right-footed punter. I'm not sure. Obviously, that's all speculation, and he'll never admit to that, but... and I was just kidding. Hopefully, whatever personal issues McLeod has, everything's okay, and that he'll be able to return to the team next week. He does add a playmaker element to our team that we don't have, so we want to see him get back out there, and especially in the return game. Our return game has not been good. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but the Bills did call a player personnel meeting only to talk about special teams early in this week. Some of the captains, Sean Alexander included in there, got a players-only meeting to talk about our special teams, because our special teams has not been great so far this season. So we do need to do better in that area. All together, all around. I mean, you talk about the block punt last week. You talk about a lot of other things that happened last week. with the special teams, with the fumbles, because Ray McLeod wasn't the only one who had fumbles last week, guys. Ray McLeod had 2 fumbles, but then if you remember the last kickoff of the game after the pick 6, Bush was back there, and he fumbled the kickoff as well. So, we have to make sure that we're holding on to the ball, that we are possessing the ball the best we can, to make sure we don't have those turnovers. So, that's a big problem there. We go on the defensive side of the ball. Oh, no, let's talk about third down efficiency. Buffalo is currently at 27% third down efficiency. Need to improve in that area, and we're going to improve by creating third and shorts, okay? Last week, we had problems creating a lot of third and shorts. A lot of our third downs were 3rd and 7 or longer, actually. And so, obviously, we can't convert in those situations. When you look at Indy, they're almost at 50% third down conversion rate. That's really good, and we need to be able to stop them on third down, create some sacks, create some penalties maybe to get them behind the sticks, to create long third down situations so we get them off the field. Defense, total yards allowed. The Bills have allowed 311.7 total yards. The Indianapolis Colts have allowed 386.8. The Bills' passing defense has allowed 219 yards a game. Rushing, we've only allowed 92.5 yards a game. Indy has allowed 280 passing yards a game, which ranks them towards the bottom of the league in passing yards allowed. So maybe we can take advantage of that a little bit as well. And they have allowed 106.8 rushing yards. Again, we need to get McCoy going. So maybe this will be the game where McCoy breaks out as well. Get him over 100 yards. Maybe get him in the end zone. McCoy still doesn't score a touchdown for us yet this year. We need to get some touchdowns. Points allowed. Buffalo is allowed 23 points a game. Indy's allowed 30 points a game. That number is ballooned for Buffalo, obviously, because of the first 2 weeks of the season. The last 4 weeks have been much better. Talk about the Green Bay game. You talk about the Tennessee Titans game. You talk about the Houston Texans game. Points allowed, we haven't allowed too many. So, we really look forward to having that defense hold up again today for the Buffalo Bills. So, and sacks, Indy and Buffalo both averaged 3.2 sacks per game. So that's going to be the story, is who can get to the quarterback. And that really gets me to my 3 keys to victory here for the Buffalo Bills. If you're talking, we have to score first, I think. Obviously, hey Fox A7, welcome to Believers Talk. Thanks for joining us. Always happy to have you here, man. We're gonna be here for a live stream, the whole live stream. The channel the game is on. It actually isn't playing anything right now, so that's beginning to have me worried as we get within 10 minutes to kickoff. I wonder what's going on with DirecTV. Seeing maybe if something's happening, maybe I'll have to give them a call over the live stream. That'd be fun, right? But anyhow, obviously scoring first always helps. And if we score first, that means our offense hopefully will be on the field for a little bit, give our defense time to settle in, rest. I'm always a fan of getting the ball to start the second half, so hopefully the Colts start with the ball, our defense can shut them down, and then we can score on a long, sustainable drive. That'd be nice. That would be a best-case scenario. However, whatever happens. If we get the ball first, it would be nice to score on that opening possession. We need to be able to score touchdowns and not field goals in the red zone. Again, going back to my 3 keys to victory. First key to victory is who gets pressure on whose quarterback, right? If we can get pressure on Andrew Luck, force him to make turnovers. He has 8 interceptions already this year, guys. That's not that good. More than 1 interception per game. Obviously, there are worse than that. You look at Nathan Peterman, who has 17 interceptions a game. But you want to be able to get pressure on Andrew Luck, and you want to be able to make him make bad decisions. We know our secondary is going to be really good. We know that's going to happen. So we know as long as the front 7 of Buffalo can get to Andrew Luck, he's going to be forced to make some sort of bad decision downfield and hopefully get some interceptions, get some turnovers. Again, Trey White still has not had an interception this season. We want to see that come to an end as soon as possible, hopefully today. Then you look at our quarterback situation. Again, Derek Anderson, a pocket passer. So our offensive line is going to have to do a lot better protecting him. Now, the good thing about Derek Anderson is he's going to make reads faster than Josh Allen would. But am I going to rant today? Let's see how the Bills do, man. Let's see how the Bills do. It all depends on how they come out today. If they come out slacking, then maybe we'll get a rant or 2 in there. We'll see. But we'll also, Derek Anderson will go through his progressions a little bit faster than Josh Allen would, just because of Josh Allen being a rookie. You're talking about a 35-year-old veteran who's been in the league as long as Derek Anderson has. He's seen pretty much a lot of the defensive coverages that they're going to throw at him, so he'll be able to adjust at the line of scrimmage. So obviously not a lot of adjusting going on, as he's only been on the team for 12 days, so I'm not sure how well he knows the playbook, but he's been around long enough where it's not going to be too hard for him to get used to the plays. As he said this week, he's been learning more and more about them. The game did just go to commercial, so that means the game will be on, so that makes me happy. But yeah, so that's my first key to victory, is whose quarterback can get pressure on who. My second key to victory is going to be get that running game going. Get that running game going. Get McCoy out there. Get Tyron Jones if you have to. Get him going. Get Chris Ivory obviously going as well. Chris Ivory's been a really good addition for us so far this year. Really been impressed with what he's been able to do. Again, not turning the ball over, which has been one of his big issues throughout his career. He has yet to do that. The only time he turned the ball over, you can blame him for anything, was the first preseason game when he popped a ball up in the air. But we can forget about that now. This is the regular season, and we just want to see him improve. Again, get that running game going. Even if it's get the running backs going, really. Even if it's passing out of the backfield, might have to do that a lot. Again, to get Derek Anderson comfortable with this offensive line and to get him comfortable making some quick reads, get some easy completions early to try and knock off some of that rust. That will help out a lot, and just get those running backs going. So, and then the third biggest key to victory, obviously, is going to be something that bugged us last week and something that has bugged us so far this season in our losses. Turnovers. We have to prevent turnovers. We can't keep turning the ball over. Like Sean McDermott said during the week, we have to do a better job of protecting the football. We have to do a better job of respecting the football. You know, we've been so terrible with letting things happen on offense where we turn the ball over. Tyron Jones is inactive. Nice. That makes me happy, because that hopefully means that I can get the inactive list here. Does that mean Marcus Murphy is active for this game? I don't want to say nice, because if Tyron Jones is hurt, I don't want that. I don't want to see anyone get hurt, but I didn't hear anything about him being hurt throughout the week. So I'm pulling up the inactive list now. So we got Josh Allen, of course, is inactive. Ike Botker, he's been inactive most of the year. Tyron Jones is inactive. Ryan Lewis is inactive. Ray McLeod is inactive. Connor McDermott is inactive. And Wyatt Teller, for some odd reason, is still listed as inactive. That does not make me happy. I don't like the fact that Wyatt Teller has been listed as inactive. I feel like he would improve our offensive line. But you know, that's just me speaking. I mean, and you know, I'm not the head coach. I can't say that for sure. You know what I mean? Like, that's not my job there. I'm not the guy watching him. But yeah, Marcus Murphy is active for this game. So I'll actually be interested to see if we use him on special teams. Because if you remember, we did use him on special teams a lot during the preseason. And so it'll be interesting to see if that's the guy we use for special teams, given the fact that Ray McLeod is inactive. And, you know, last week, like I said, Raphael Bush, we put him back there, and he fumbled the ball as well. So it'll be interesting to see what role Marcus Murphy has. I look forward to seeing him in this game, because I think he had a great preseason. I'm not sure why he's been inactive all this time as is. So, again, just looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing him on the field. So going back to my 3 keys to victory, again, that third key being we cannot turn the ball over. Like, we just can't do it. It makes me so mad that we turn the ball over as often as we do. We just need to do a better job at not turning the ball over. So those are my 3 keys to victory. Again, Buffalo Bills, Indianapolis Colts. My name is Joe. If you're a new Believers Talk, you want to hit that subscribe button, hit that like, share this video. We want to get out there. We go live for every single Sunday night or Sunday game for the Buffalo Bills. We will not be live for the Monday Night Football game. But we do go live for every Sunday game for the Buffalo Bills, giving you the live play-by-play and reaction for that game. And so I want to get into this game as far as a prediction goes. Currently 12:55 means kickoff is 5 minutes away. I talked about the 3 keys to victory. Now the prediction would be, I think, you know, Vegas is giving the Bills 7 points. I think that's so disrespectful. I know, like, I realize that, hey, how you doing, Julia? Nice. Thank you for coming on to Believers Talk. I realize that we have a new quarterback in there. I realize that, things are going to be a little bit different with Anderson in there. But man, the Colts are 1-5. The Colts are not blowing the world away with their talent. I know how good Andrew Luck is, but again, he's thrown 8 interceptions so far this year. So if I were to bet on the Bills, which again, I normally don't bet on the Bills just because I have enough invested in them emotionally. If you follow these live streams, you know how much I've invested in the Bills emotionally. If I put money on the line too, I might flip out more than I already do. But if I were to bet this game, I would definitely bet the Bills. I mean, you're getting 7 points, which means as soon as they kick off the ball, you're up 7-0. I think the Bills have a chance to win this game outright. In fact, I'm picking the Bills to win this game outright, 24-20. I picked the Bills to win this game. Score prediction, 24-20. Let me know your score prediction in the comment section. Let me know if you think the Bills are going to win this game. Hey, welcome one-on-one atmosphere. Glad you can join us. Hopefully you're cheering for the Bills today. I'm glad to see that you are. Probably a fan of someone from the AFC South who wants to, or you just don't like the Colts to win. Either way, cheer for the Bills today. Cheer for the Bills every day, man. This is Buffalo. You got to believe. I mean, it's not like we win a lot. So, we got to cheer for us every week. It's rare that we're last year was our first year making the playoffs in 18 years. So, but yeah, so I have us winning 24-20. I'm trying to see what Vegas has the over-under as currently right now. They have it at 43.5. So I actually have us just hitting the over with 44 points. So wow, I don't look at the over-under until I pick the score. I knew the line was 7, and obviously again I'm picking the Bills there. The Bills have actually hit the under 4 of the first 6 weeks. So I wouldn't be surprised if they hit the under again. But I see the score 24-20. That barely hits the over at 44 points. I didn't mean to make it that close. So if you're betting, I apologize. But yeah, I do see it. 24-20 Buffalo. Buffalo gets the win. So you want to pick Buffalo to cover the spread, and you want to pick the over for tonight's game. So, you grew up in OP? Nice. Where's OP? I don't know what that means. Maybe I'm out of touch, but welcome from Charleston, South Carolina now. So welcome to Believers Talk again. If you are new, my name is Joe. You will be watching me all game, hopefully, as the Buffalo Bills take on the Indianapolis Colts. If you have not hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button. Turn on your notifications, because when we go live, YouTube should, I know that sometimes they don't, but they should let you know when we go live, because we do go live the Monday following the game. We go live the Thursday to give pregame, and then whenever there's any other Buffalo Bills news, we go live then as well. When we signed Derek Anderson, I went live on that Wednesday. When things happen for the Buffalo Bills, you will be on here. You will know about it. So again, thank you for joining me on Believers Talk. Game is just getting ready to start. It is currently 12:58 on the East Coast. Kickoff is at 1:00. If you are just joining us, and if you're waking up late today, the Chargers and the Titans played over in London. That game already happened with the Chargers winning 20-19. Weird play call at the end of that game. Tennessee scored a touchdown with 30 seconds to go. Extra point pending. They were down only a point. They decided to go for 2, and they missed the 2-point conversion. Again, kind of weird to hear that happened. Again, I look forward to this week to see how that game goes as far as or how that goes towards the coach. I know I think that's Patricia over there, right, in Tennessee. So be interesting to see what people say about him the rest of the week. Obviously, he had the play call earlier this year against the Eagles that went his way, where they scored late in overtime to get the win instead of going for the tie. But then this one does not go his way. So that kind of has me a little baffled. Went over the inactives for the Buffalo Bills for this game. We'll also go over the inactives for the Indianapolis Colts. Give me 1 second here. As soon as I learn how to type. All right, so the inactives for the Indianapolis Colts for today's game are listed as follows. Load. There we go. So Denico Autry, defensive tackle, defensive end, is inactive. Jack Doyle, tight end, is inactive. Ryan Grant, wide receiver, is inactive, and that's something they can't afford. They cannot afford. They're not heavy on wide receivers as is. They don't want wide receivers out today. Clayton Geathers, safety. Denzel Good, offensive lineman, he's inactive. Arthur Mollett, cornerback, he's inactive, and Robert Turbin is inactive, running back. I think he's actually been inactive a couple weeks now. So those are the inactives for the Indianapolis Colts. Again, I went over the inactives for the Buffalo Bills. We can go over them again. We have Josh Allen, of course. He's going to be inactive for the next couple weeks, which does mean, of course, Nathan Peterman is listed as our backup quarterback. So if Derek Anderson does go down, and I brought up this question early in the stream, or if he has just a terrible first half, at what point do you consider Nathan Peterman, or do you just forego Nathan Peterman and put in Logan Thomas and say, you know what, let's see how this happens. So Josh Allen's inactive, Ike Bacher is listed as inactive, Tyron Jones is inactive, Ryan Lewis is inactive, Ray McLeod is inactive, as someone said, with personal issues, so we hope the best for him. Connor McDermott is listed as inactive, and Wyatt Teller is also inactive this week for the Buffalo Bills. So here we go. Get ready for kickoff. Again, welcome to Believers Talk. If you are new, hit that subscribe button. Share this video. Let people know we are live for these games, for the live play-by-play reaction. Right now, Buffalo's getting ready for this kickoff. It's 1-1 on the East Coast, so I'm not sure who won the coin toss yet, as they are going over the Colts, the Colts resume. Obviously, everyone's talking about the return of Frank Reich. Jim Kelly was at this game, and they did post a video of him chatting it up with Frank Reich. So it's good to see Jim Kelly able to travel with the team. He normally doesn't get to travel with the team, but it's good to see that he's able to. It looks like Hauschka is getting ready to kick off for the Indianapolis Colts. So like I said, I do prefer to receive the ball to start the second half. If you are just joining me, I have this game going Buffalo Bills' way. Buffalo winning 24-20. Again, Vegas is giving us 7 points. I don't understand why. I understand Derek Anderson is in, but to be honest, I don't think we lose anything with Derek Anderson compared to a rookie quarterback. No knock on Josh Allen, but you're talking about a guy who's been in the league long enough. He can get things going in this passing game, hopefully, and get us started. So it's good to see us start off on defense for that way, too. Hopefully our defense can stand up to this Colts offense. There's not going to be a lot of points scored in this game, guys. Vegas has the over-under at 43.5. I just don't see a lot of points here, so the defense needs to do a good job of getting this Colts offense off the field as often as possible. The kickoff goes back into the end zone, so it's a touchback. The Colts will start with the ball 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line as Andrew Luck comes out to lead this Colts offense. Currently, they were going with some last week's stats. Currently on the year, like I said, Andrew Luck does have those 8 interceptions, so we need to try to get to Andrew Luck as fast as possible to get off to a good game. I will also keep you guys posted on scores around the league as they happen, so if you have your fantasy team out there and you want to know who scored, I will let you know that as well. But here we go, 1st and 10, Andrew Luck and shotgun, running back to his right. Screen pass to the running back on 1st down. Tremaine Edmonds with a great tackle out of the backfield follows Mack for a 3-yard gain. So it's going to be second and they give him a 4-yard gain. So it's going to be 2nd and 6 for the Indianapolis Colts at the 29-yard line. Edmonds with a great job in coverage out of the backfield. No illegal formations today. That would be great. We all know, if you have followed my streams, you know how aggravated I get with the illegal formation penalties, especially that one on O'Leary last week, or not on O'Leary, on our fullback last week. That was annoying. So they run on 2nd down, get to about the 33, 34-yard line. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 2 for the Indianapolis Colts. So again, Indianapolis Colts so far this season, about 50% on 3rd downs. This is why, because they have a lot of 3rd and shorts. They have a lot of 3rd and 2s, 3rd and 3s, 3rd and 4s, and that helps them out to get those easy 3rd downs. This is something Andrew Luck tries a QB sneak. So he was originally in shotgun formation. He came up to the line like he was making Latualei grabbed his legs and did not let him go. So Latualei with the tackle makes it 4th and 2. They gain no yards on the play. 4th and 2. The Buffalo Bills defense steps up huge to start and force the Indianapolis Colts to punt, which they punt it. And there's a fair catch called for at the 20-yard line. And that is Murphy back there, as I thought maybe it would be, with both Tyron Jones and Raymond McLeod inactive today. It is Murphy back there. So Murphy calls for the fair catch at the 20-yard line. So here comes Derek Anderson. Again, started in 2006, so you're talking about his 13th year. Signed by the Buffalo Bills on October 9th, so we're talking about, 14 days? Not even 14 days. So it's going to be 12 days since we signed Derek Carr. So here we go. Buffalo Bills on the field, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Derek Anderson under center. Got McCoy in the backfield. First play is a handoff to McCoy. McCoy spins away from the tackle, but is unable to get anywhere. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Buffalo Bills. I'm trying to make sure that my stream health is good, as it was telling me it was low, so hopefully you guys can hear and see me okay. Let me know if you're having issues seeing me down below in the comment section. I would appreciate that. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Buffalo Bills. Special teams needs to step up after last week. Our special teams has not been that great, guys, and we need them to step up. We need to give short fields to Derek Anderson. 2nd and 10. Handoff is back to McCoy. McCoy is able to juke away a little bit, get to the sideline, but he only gets 1 yard. Gets hit hard out of bounds, and McCoy is down. It's going to be 3rd and 9, and McCoy's down. He got hit hard in the legs out of bounds, and McCoy is down. And he's not getting up either, so I hope this isn't a serious injury, but it did not look good from the start. And it was a 1-yard gain, so it's going to be 3rd and 9. 12:26 to go in the first quarter. But yeah, McCoy got hit hard. He is still down. And they'll go into commercial break with McCoy down on the field. Again, 12, figure what I just said. In the game, and LeSean McCoy is down. Not a great start for Buffalo. We do not need to see LeSean McCoy going out in this game. Obviously, we want McCoy to get some pressure off of Derek Anderson. If McCoy's out in this game, that really makes us lean heavily to Chris Ivory, who we've seen, again, do well so far this year. But yeah, so it will give us Chris Ivory and Marcus Murphy as our 2 running backs for this game. So again, not the greatest news. The Indianapolis Colts start with the ball, went 3 and out after Andrew Luck tried a sneaky quarterback sneak that the Buffalo Bills read pretty well. And then punted it to Buffalo. On 1st down, we ran up the middle with McCoy. McCoy was unable to get anywhere, made it 2nd and 10. And then on 2nd down, McCoy bounced it to the outside. Got hit hard on the leg area, the knee, and he went down. So we're currently at commercial break with about 12:46 to go in the first half. I'll go through some scores real quick for you to see if there's any scores so far in these games. The Patriots and Bears. Patriots have the ball 3rd and 1 in the red zone. Houston, Jacksonville, that game is at 0-0. Houston, Jacksonville's at 0-0. Detroit, Miami is 0-0. Minnesota is up 7-0 on the New York Jets. They scored a touchdown to Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen's having a great year. If you have him on fantasy, good for you. 34-yard touchdown pass from Kirk Cousins. Obviously, we didn't see much from him in that game that the Bills played against the Vikings. But he still actually did pretty good in that game, especially towards the end. Carolina, Philadelphia 0-0, and Cleveland, Tampa Bay both 0-0. So the only score right now is that Thielen touchdown in Minnesota. New England did just score a touchdown on a Tom Brady pass to Julian Edelman. So they go up 6-0 on the Bears. Extra point, of course, pending. So they're up 6-0. The Vikings are up 7-0. And again, the earlier game, the Chargers beat the Tennessee Titans 20-19. McCoy is up and limping off the field. It looks like he's going right back to the locker room, though. So that's obviously not a good sign at all. So what happens is, so it might be an ankle issue. He gets hit in the knee, and as he's coming down, the leg that he got hit in the knee, and it still comes down flat on the ground, so he's trying to land on it, and it twists it. So it does not look good for LeSean McCoy as he heads back to the locker room. 3rd and 9. We have Derek Anderson in shotgun. We have Chris Ivory in the game, of course. 3 wide receivers, top of the screen, 1 to the bottom. The one to the bottom of the screen is Kelvin Benjamin. Again, would like to see Kelvin Benjamin be able to step up a little bit here in this game. Derek Anderson is hit as he's throwing the ball. Is that ball caught by Andre Holmes or did it skip? They're saying it was caught by Andre Holmes. So Anderson hit as he's throwing the ball, and he gets it to Andre Holmes for a 1st down. Pressure by the Colts there. Good pressure. And yeah, it's a catch by Andre Holmes. So it's going to be a 1st down Buffalo. Great pocket presence from Anderson. Great delivery on the ball as he's getting hit to get it to Andre Holmes, who picks up enough for the 1st down. So it's going to be 1st and 10 Buffalo from their own 34-yard line with 11:30 to go in the first quarter. Anderson in shotgun, Ivory to his left, 3 wide receivers to the bottom of the screen. Fake to Ivory. Jones on the quick screen play. gets about 4 yards, so it's going to be second and 6. As he gets the ball to the 38-yard line for Buffalo, so it's going to be second and 6 with 11:10 to go. Nice quick pass. Again, we want to get those quick passes out there. What do you think about the trade Carlos Hyde to the Jaguars? Jaguars gave up a 5th for that, so I think that obviously tells us a little bit more about Leonard Fournette, and the injury there. Second and 7, we have an I formation, Anderson under center, Ivory behind DeMarco. No handoff, so another quick pass. This one to Benjamin for a catch and another first down to the 45-yard line. So it's going to be first and 10 Buffalo at the 45-yard line. Some nice passes so far by Derek Anderson. He was 3 for 3 on this drive with a nice 11-yard catch pass to Andre Holmes, a nice screenplay to Zay Jones, and then that nice pass there to Kevin Benjamin. Again, much better than what we've seen so far this season. Get the wide receivers active early. 10:13 to go in the first quarter. Buffalo still first drive. Shotgun formations, 2 wide receivers to the top of the screen. We have a wide receiver to the bottom of the screen, and then Clay comes into motion. And then the handoff is to Chris Ivory, who runs up the middle to get it into Indianapolis Colts territory to the 49-yard line. So make it second down and 4, or second down and 5, with 9:50 to go in the first quarter. So let's go. Buffalo moving the ball. Welcome to Believers Talk. If you are new, again, my name is Joe. Share this video. Let people know that we are here to stream this game, the live play-by-play, live reaction. I cannot, unfortunately, show the game due to copyright restrictions. However, I'm happy to bring this game to you, live reaction and play-by-play, so that way you guys can hear the game live as it's happening. Derek Anderson under center on the 2nd and 5 play. Handoff is to Chris Ivory, who stood up in the backfield for probably about a 1-yard loss back to the 50-yard line. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 6. 3rd and longer 5 is all they're calling it. So 9:15 to go in the first quarter. We got 3rd and 5 for Buffalo at the 50-yard line. So again, the Colts start with the ball, went 3 and out. Defense did a great job stopping them. And then on our first drive, McCoy goes out early on the second play of the drive. And now the Bills are moving the ball pretty well. We're at midfield. We have gotten 3 first downs on this drive, I believe. Now it's going to be 3rd and 5, 8:40 to go, 8:45 to go in the first quarter. Derek Anderson's a shotgun. Ivory to his left. 2 wide receivers behind the screen, 2 to the top. Snaps back. Throws it to Charles Clay. Pass is incomplete. So it's going to be 4th and 5. We'll force a punt. I still think that is... you don't have to show the game. You're doing a great job. Thank you. Thank you, Myth. I still think that is a positive drive for the Buffalo Bills. Move the ball 30 yards. Stop the Colts to a 3 and out. Give our defense time to rest on the sideline. Don't make any big crucial mistakes. No penalties on the play. So that was huge. Or no penalties on the drive. So that was huge. I think this was all in all a good drive for the Buffalo Bills as we get ready to punt back at the 35-yard line. It's Bjorges who angles the punt. And it looks like the Indianapolis Colts will start with the ball at the 10-yard line. So good punt. Good drive again. Got some few first downs there. 8:30 to go. So the time possession is in our favor currently, which I feel like should always happen. Hate to see that McCoy injury. Hopefully McCoy is okay and he will come out and he just tweaked an ankle or something. But we've seen this before from McCoy. A lot of injury issues as he's been getting older, and he just hasn't been the same McCoy so far this year. Obviously with that rib injury earlier this year, and now with this ankle issue. Hopefully it's nothing serious and he can get back on the field. Thank you for subscribing, Tyler Emmerich. Again, blah 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 blah. Share this video with your friends. Let them know we are live, giving you live play-by-play and reaction for this Buffalo Bills game. We will be live every Sunday for Buffalo Bills games. I will not be live streaming the game next week on Monday Night Football. And I also will be at the Jacksonville Jaguars game. So although I will try live stream from my phone, I don't know how well I'll do, first of all, and secondly, it won't be for the whole game, obviously. I might do like a pregame from the stadium, do something at halftime, and then also do something postgame from the stadium as well. We'll see what happens. We'll see how that goes. We won't worry about that until, week 12, however. That's right after our bye week. We'll try to do something special during our bye week as well. Not sure what that's going to look like. The last thing I want is 2 straight weeks of no live streams for you guys. As far as games go, we will still be live every Thursday during halftime of Thursday Night Football for the live stream of the pregame show, getting us ready for the upcoming game. And then we will also be live Monday following the game. For the Patriots game, we will be live Tuesday following the game, so that way to discuss some post-game thoughts and get some analysis. Normally what I like to do is the day after the game, I'll rewatch the game and try to break down each play a little bit better and see where the Bills can improve. I don't like to overreact the day of, even though, again, if you've been part of these live streams, you know that I overreact all the time. As last week, one of the watchers said I should have like stress management or something. The only thing that gets me stressed is the Buffalo Bills. Or Buffalo sports in general. Again, big win by the Buffalo Bulls yesterday as they started down 17-7, came back to win 31-17, and the Buffalo Sabres win 5-1. So if you're a fan of Buffalo sports, it's been a great weekend. The Sabres play later today. Let's see if the Bills can get a win here and make it a great weekend as they show McCoy going back to the locker room, still limping, needing assistance to get back to the locker room. So that's obviously not a good sign if you're a Bills fan. McCoy going out early in this one. If you weren't here for my pregame, I normally get on here at 12:30. So if you weren't here, I have the Bills winning this game 24-20. Still see that as a possibility even with the McCoy injury. And then I also have, so I have the Bills covering the spread. I still cannot believe we're 7-point underdogs in this game. First play is a handoff, and the Colts get 2 yards. So first play is handoff to Mack, who goes to the left for 2 yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 8 for the Indianapolis Colts from the 12-yard line. Yeah, the Colts have just lost 6 of the last 7 at home, and now they're 7-point favorites against the Bills. Are the Bills that terrible? I mean, again, I don't think we lose much with Derek Anderson when you're only averaging 123 passing yards a game. Another run up the middle with Mack. Mack gets about 3 or 4 yards on that play, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and 4 for the Indianapolis Colts. Again, hoping to get another 3 and out here. That would be nice. But we'll see what happens as Mack runs up the middle for about 4 yards to make it 3rd and 4 for the Indianapolis Colts. 7:30 to go in the first quarter. Buffalo and Indianapolis both at 0. Indianapolis started with the ball, went 3 and out. Buffalo got the ball, got about 3 or 4 first downs, and then punted to Indianapolis to the 10-yard line. Andrew Luck's in shotgun, has Mack to his right. 3 wide receivers top of the screen. It does look like Buffalo moved. However, they got back to the line of scrimmage, so there was no false start called. Blitz coming. Edmonds falls on the play as he comes after Luck. Luck gets a quick pass out to Mack, who drops it. So it's coming up 4th and 4. So another quick 3 and out for the Buffalo Bills defense. Great job by this Bills defense as they rush 6 at Andrew Luck, have that extra rusher who is going to be Edmonds. Edmonds gets in, but is unable to get to Luck, but is able to pressure him into making a quick throw, and Mack is unable. Even if Mack catches that ball, he had to dive to try to make the catch. He would not have been able to pick up the first down. So they're forced to punt again. 7 minutes to go in the first quarter with the Bills and Colts tied at 0. And the punt gets behind the punt returner there. Looked like Murphy fell down. And so the punt will be down by the Indianapolis Colts at the 22-yard line. So a good punt for the Indianapolis Colts. It does back up the Buffalo Bills a little bit. 6:50 to go in the first quarter. Buffalo and Indianapolis still tied at 0. Indianapolis start with the ball, so that means the Bills will get the ball to start the second half. If you're new to Believers Talk, welcome to Believers Talk. My name is Joe. Share this video, like this video, subscribe to this channel, hit that notification bell. They will let you know when we go live. I go live a lot during the week, guys. You're talking about Monday, Thursday, Sunday. So at least 3 times a week I'll be going live, and then any new breaking news from the Buffalo Bills, I'll go live for that as well. We have the trade deadline coming up in 9 days, so if the Bills make any big trades, I will be on here live for those as well. Obviously, talked a little bit earlier about Hyde being traded to the Jaguars for a 5th-round pick. More about that trade. Again, Jacksonville, I feel like got a good deal out that one. A 5th for Hyde. Hyde is an explosive back. But also you look at the Browns, who have a good running back situation going on right now, picking up those extra picks. The Browns are not yet where they want to be. Obviously, getting 2 wins is double what they've got in the past 2 seasons combined, so they're happy about that. But they still want to keep improving. You're watching this Browns team continue to improve, Yeah, obviously will not be trading McCoy now. I thought that was all smoke and mirrors anyway, so I don't think that's anything big. Why would you want to trade for, and what would you trade for an aging running back who has yet to get 100 yards this season and now has suffered 2 injuries through this season? So I always thought that was smoke and mirrors anyway. But we'll go over some scores real quick while we're at commercial break. Buffalo just got the ball back after a punt from the Indianapolis Colts with about 12. With about 6:50 to go in the first quarter. Buffalo Bills, Indianapolis 0-0. Buffalo just got the ball back at the 23-yard line. You got New England still up on the Bears 7-0. Houston has a field goal against Jacksonville to go up 3-0. Detroit is up 7-0 on Miami after a Michael Roberts 15-yard touchdown pass from Matthew Stafford. You have Minnesota up 7-0 after a Thielen catch against the New York Jets. Carolina and Philly still tied at zeros. And Cleveland is up 2-0 on Tampa Bay after a safety for the Cleveland Browns. So Cleveland up 2-0 on Tampa Bay. Baseball score over there with 7.5 minutes to go in the first there. You got Carolina, Philly 0-0, Minnesota Jets 7-0 Minnesota, Detroit, Miami 7-0 Detroit. Houston up 3-0 on Jacksonville. New England up 7-0 on Cleveland or on Chicago, and then Buffalo and Indianapolis still tied at 0. They're replaying the McCoy injury again and again and again. Obviously, that's our biggest weapon so far in offense. McCoy is. Oh, they're saying it's a head evaluation, so also looking at concussion protocol as well with how he landed. So 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. Anderson under center hands the ball off to Chris Ivory. Chris Ivory has just been a tough back this year. Great yards there. Picks about 5 tough yards right up the middle as they finally get him down. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 5 for the Buffalo Bills. Again, Chris Ivory just tough back. We do need to see Murphy show out a little bit now in this game if the McCoy injury is serious. I don't think we can lean heavily on Chris Ivory for a whole game. Does anyone have faith in Derek Anderson? I have faith in Derek Anderson not to mess this up. I think that this is the type of game that our defense and our running game can win. And you're talking about going up against one of the worst pass defenses in the NFL. I just see Derek Anderson being able to make the good throws to keep the chains moving, like we did on the last drive, as the Colts player is down for injury and they go commercial timeout. On the last drive, you saw Derek Anderson be able to find open receivers, get the ball moving a little bit, get a few first downs. Yes, we end up punting the ball away, but if we start this game as a game of field position, then we have a good chance to win this game because our defense has been playing that well. We can force Andrew Luck to cause a turnover. We can force a couple more fumbles. Again, we've already forced 19 fumbles this season. 19. The closest one after us is more than 10 behind. I mean, that is impressive. Now, we've only recovered 7 of those. We need to be able to jump on those balls. I think we need to put in Peterman. Now I know you're joking. Derek Anderson hasn't done anything bad so far this game. I think he's 3 for 4 so far in this game, with a nice pass to Andre Holmes to keep a drive going, and a screen pass to Zay Jones and one to Kelvin Benjamin to get a first down. So yeah, Derek Anderson is 3 for 4 for 25 yards. I mean, he hasn't done anything to show that he can't handle the job. I mean, he was the starter for a few years out in Arizona and out in Cleveland. And he really did a great job help tutoring Cam Newton to be an NFL quarterback, and we obviously hope he can do the same for our quarterback and Josh Allen. I think we did a great signing with Derek Anderson. I just wish we would have done it sooner. I wish we would have done it sooner because I feel like if we would have done it sooner, he would have been ready to go in for that game last week. And we would have had a good chance to beat the Texans instead of losing that game. Huge disappointment that game. We have to look past that, look into this week, obviously. Welcome to Believers Talk. If you are new, my name is Joe. Hit that subscribe button. Share this video as we get ready to... again, the Bills have the ball. We have a Colt player down with an injury, so they went to commercial break. While they're at commercial break, I can go over some of these scores for you real quick. Again, I just did, so not sure if anything has changed. As they come back, I'll just see if anything's changed. Miami's in the red zone now, so that's different. But other than that, that's it. All the scores that I just updated you on are all the same. As a card off, let me see who number 51 is for you guys. They card off number 51. I'm not seeing a 51 here on the roster, guys. There has to be, right? There has to be. Anyway, we have 2nd and 5. I'll get to that in a second here. 2nd and 5 for Buffalo. Handoff is again back to Chris Ivory, who gets tripped up right away. And it looks like he lost a yard on the play. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 6 for the Buffalo Bills. A Indianapolis Colts player did jump on the ball after, hopefully it was after Ivory was down. But it would be very interesting if they try to challenge that to see what would happen. So it's 3rd and 6 now for the Buffalo Bills. 5:50 to go in the first quarter. Anderson's in shotgun. Ivory to his left on this 3rd and 6. 3 wide receivers top of the screen. Ball gets batted in the air and batted down. So it's going to be 4th and 6 for the Bills. Unable to garner any offense on this drive. Go 3 and out. It seemed to last longer just simply due to the fact of the injury. Jihad Ward was the guy who got carted off the field for the Indianapolis Colts. Looked like a leg injury of some sort. So we get ready to punt. Good punt, as there's a fair catch called for back at the 25-yard line. So the Colts get the ball, 5:24 to go in the first quarter, still 0-0. The Colts just get the ball at the 25-yard line. So 0-0, 5:24 to go in the first quarter. Andrew Luck coming onto the field. Good punt by Bajorges there to back them up a little bit and to cause a fair catch. Again, our special teams has kind of been something that has been something to be desired so far this season. $5:24 to go as the offense takes the field for the Colts. Again, the Indianapolis Colts started with the ball. Play action by Andrew Luck going to, is that T.Y.? That's not T.Y., that's Rodgers. So first down for the Colts on the first play. Andrew Luck finally opening up the offense a little bit. Every time I see a wide receiver from the Colts, I'll just assume it's T.Y. Hilton, but no, that was actually Chester Rogers there. Buffalo Sack Attack, welcome to Believers Talk. Welcome back. Glad to have you back here. Go Buffalo. So far, a decent game for this defense, allowing our first down with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Andrew Luck in shotgun on 1st and 10. Mack gets the handoff and gets about 4 yards, as he's knocked down at the 42-yard line. So at the Indianapolis Colts 42-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd and 6, 4:40 to go in the first quarter for the Indianapolis Colts. Again, welcome to Believers Talk. If this is your first time here, my name is Joe. Please hit that subscribe button, like this video, share this video with your friends. Let them know that we're here giving you live play-by-play and reaction for the Buffalo Bills at Indianapolis Colts. Buffalo Bills 2-4 against the Indianapolis Colts 1-5. Mack has 4 rushes so far in this game for 15 yards as Andrew Luck comes over to the sideline, calls timeout. 4:16 to go in the first quarter. Buffalo and Indianapolis both scoreless as Indy start with the ball, went quick 3 and out, punted the ball to Buffalo Bills. If you were just joining me, McCoy went out early in this game with what appeared to be a leg injury, but as he walked off to the sideline, they said he's being checked out for concussion, so he's in concussion protocol as well. But even as he was walking off the field, he needed help. So whether that be the concussion or whether that be the ankle, we're not sure. But he is back there. It doesn't look good for McCoy to return in this game. Now Marcus Murphy is listed as active, as Tyron Jones is inactive for this game. So we'll see if Marcus Murphy can get in there. So far, we've only seen Chris Ivory since McCoy's been out. But now after that, we got a couple first downs, able to move the ball to midfield. And then the Colts went 3 and out again. Marcus Murphy fell down on a punt return before he was able to get the ball. Luckily, it didn't touch him as he fell, bounced over him. and they were able to get a good punt and down it, and then we went 3 and out and punted the ball back to the Colts. One first down, threw an out route for another first down, ran it on first down and 10, and then now it's 2nd and 6. Luck throws it, and it's incomplete over the middle, just over the fingertips. So a little high of a throw, so that's going to bring up 3rd and 6. Again, the Colts about 50% this year on 3rd down conversions. He actually did have Ebron open, but the ball was behind him and a little high, so Ebron was unable to bring it down. And now that brings up a 3rd and 6 for Andrew Luck and this Colts offense. 4:11 to go in the first quarter, still 0-0. Currently, the Colts are 0 for 2 on 3rd downs. Again, the Bills last week held the Texans to a very low 3rd down percentage. I think it was 3 for 14. Need to do the same in this game as well. Sending a blitz to Luck. Luck has time, throws the ball to Ebron. He is going to be short of the first down. It's actually going to be 4th and about half a yard, close to midfield. Be interesting to see what they do here on 4th and short. Great tackle by the Buffalo Bills. I'm not sure who got in there. I think it was Hyde who got in there to make the tackle on Ebron, make him short of the first down. Going to be 4th and 1, close to midfield. Let's see if they decide to go for it or punt it. Looks like the offense is staying. Well, it looks like Andrew Luck is staying on the field. So it looks like Frank Reich is going to try to go for it here on 4th down. 3:30 to go in the first quarter. Big play here already, as it's going to be 4th and 1 for the Colts at about the 48-yard line. So hopefully the Bills can stop him here. Andrew Luck earlier on the 3rd and 2 tried a QB sneak, and now he's forced to call a timeout, which is the Colts' 2nd timeout of this half already. With 3:22 to go in the first quarter, the Colts called their 2nd timeout. So interesting to see if maybe they're trying to draw the Bills off sides there. Andrew Luck took a long time getting to the line of scrimmage, so I don't think that would be the case. But very interesting to see what happened there on that play. Again, I hope you guys can see me. My live stream feed saying it's low. So if you guys are having issues with this stream, let me know so I can try to fix it as best I can. But again, we are live for the Buffalo Bills at the Indianapolis Colts. Still 0-0. The Colts started with the ball, so that means the Bills will get the ball to start the second half. I'll go through some scores here as... Oh, nope, they're coming out of timeout with the offense still on the field. So 4th and 1, 3:22 to go in the first quarter. The Colts are going to try to go for it here on 4th down. Big opportunity here for the Buffalo Bills defense to get up the field and give the Bills offense good field position. Mack is able to get through the line and get the first down into Buffalo territory. He goes to the 44-yard line. So they do pick up the first down. Huge 4th down play for the Indianapolis Colts there. Unfortunately for the Buffalo Bills, unable to stop him in the backfield. And if you ever see this goal line type stance on a 4th down and 1 type play, once you get past that initial surge of defenders, there's not too many people there to stop you. Hyde comes up from a safety position to stop him for 7-yard gain or so. So 4th and 1, they pick up the first down. 2:40 to go in the first quarter with the Bills and Colts scoreless. Colts driving with the ball. Mack already has 5 carries for 25 yards. Blitz coming on Luck. Luck barely gets it away as he's hit, as he throws a duck in the air. Luckily, there was no one in the area to try to pick that off, but it was a duck, and the middle of the field was open, and that's where the ball lands as we send Hyde and Edmonds. And Edmonds is the one who got the hit on Andrew Luck. Is that Hyde? That might be Poyer, actually, coming from the outside. But anyhow, yeah, so... Going to be 2nd and 10, 2:36 to go in the first quarter from the 43-yard line, from the Bills' 43-yard line. Andrew Luck under center, hands the ball off to Mack. Mack able to run up the middle. I did not expect them to be able to run the ball well, as they're averaging only 80 rushing yards a game, and our up-the-middle run defense is actually really good. However, he's able to pick up 9 yards, make it 3rd and 1, make it 3rd and manageable for the Indianapolis Colts. And the thing you have to remember for the Colts here is they've already used 2 of their timeouts on this drive for the half. When you use 2 timeouts on a drive, you really want to score points, especially a touchdown on that drive. So it'll be interesting to see if they go for it here again, if it goes to 4th and 1. With 2 minutes to go in the first quarter, 3rd down, 3rd and 1, as Andrew Luck is in shotgun, running back to his right. He does hand the ball off. This time it's not Mack, it's Wilkins who gets the ball as Mack is getting a rest. Wilkins gets the ball and gets the first down. So another Indianapolis Colts first down as they continue to move the ball into Buffalo territory. Currently a 8-play drive, 44 yards that is taking 4 minutes, and they are well in Bills territory, knocking on the door here as it's 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. Andrew Luck is under center. You got 2 wide receivers to the bottom of the screen. T.Y. Hilton comes in motion, gets in the fullback position, then goes back into motion. They run it again with Wilkins. This time he's stuffed in the backfield by Johnson for a 1-yard loss. There's a flag on the play. So it'll be interesting to see if this is Buffalo's defense lining up in the neutral zone or if this is an illegal shift by T.Y. Hilton, if they had two players shifting at the same time. Illegal block in the back, so it's actually a bigger penalty. So it's going to be a 10-yard penalty, which takes him back to the 42-yard line. It's going to make it 1st and 20. And this is exactly what we were talking about. This is exactly what we were talking about in that pregame show, is when we get them behind the sticks, we definitely want them, we want to force a punt in this situation. Even if we have to force a field goal, considering where they're on the field, it's 1st and 20. We do not want to allow a first down in this situation. They just showed the difference between last year's game and that 3 feet of snow and this year's game. Surprised that the same officiating crew is actually doing this game back-to-back years. But anyhow, so they run the ball on 1st down with Williams again. Get it to the 38-yard line, so it's going to be 2nd and about 16 from the 38 with 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. They're going to have to get one more play off in this quarter before the second quarter begins. 2nd and 16 in Buffalo territory. They are moving the ball pretty well. Welcome to Believers Talk. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. My name is Joe. At the end of the first quarter here, we'll go through some scores around the league. I try to keep you updated on that kind of information. That way, if you have fantasy teams or if there are other teams you're interested in, you can keep as up to date as possible. Andrew Luck in shotgun, 5 wide receivers set, 3 wide receivers bottom of the screen, 2 to the top. We rush 4. He has plenty of time to throw the ball. Pressure comes late, and then in the middle of the field is T.Y. Hilton. Gets inside the 30-yard line, but it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Again, this is what we need to get off the field here. It's going to bring up about 3rd and 4 as we end the first quarter with the Indianapolis Colts driving inside the Buffalo Bills' 30-yard line. It's going to bring up about 3rd and 4. We need to stop him here, stop him to a field goal attempt. We all know, as I've said before, the Indianapolis Colts are about 50% on 3rd downs. We've stopped them pretty well so far until this drive. They started the game with 2 3-and-outs. The Bills were able to get a few first downs on the first drive, unable to muster any offense on the second drive. Derek Anderson is 3 for 4 currently. I believe he's still 3 for 4 for 25 yards. Not looking that bad. Obviously, we're not giving him too much of the offense yet. McCoy went out early in the first quarter on the first drive, 2nd play of the game for our offense. Got hit in the knee. And as he was coming down, it looks like he tweaked his ankle. Also apparently landed on his head on the play. They're doing a head evaluation. When he was leaving to go to the locker room, he needed help off the, from one of the training staff. Not sure if he was walking gingerly because of the ankle or if it was the concussion. Either way, it does not look good for a LaShawn McCoy return. So we need to rely heavily on Chris Ivory. Marcus Murphy is active today as Tyron Jones is inactive. See if he gets in the game. So far, we've only seen Chris Ivory in the backfield since the McCoy injury. We've only seen Marcus Murphy on punt returns. So I think we will have to use Murphy at some point in this game in the running game. Let's go through some of the scores around the league, and then I'm going to get a drink. All right, so we got the Chicago Bears scored a field goal, so it's 7-3, and the Bears have the ball in the red zone, so it looks like they're getting ready to score again. Houston has scored another field goal to go up 6-0 on Jacksonville. Detroit's up 7-0 on Miami, and they have the ball inside the red zone again. Minnesota's up 7-0 on the Jets, and the Jets now have the ball inside the red zone. Philadelphia, Carolina still scoreless, and Tampa Bay, Cleveland still a baseball score as Tampa Bay has scored a field goal to make that game 3-2. So Tampa's beating Cleveland 3-2 at the end of the first quarter there. Philly, Carolina still 0-0. Cleveland scored for Minnesota to make that game 7-0, which is where it currently sits. The Jets do have the ball inside the red zone. Detroit's up 7-0 on Miami, and they have the ball inside the red zone after a Michael Roberts 15-yard touchdown from Matthew Stafford. Jacksonville and Houston. Houston's up 6-0 on Jacksonville. Chicago has the ball in the red zone again as New England is up 7-3 there. And, the Buffalo Bills and the Indianapolis Colts are tied at 0. However, the Colts have the ball at the 27-yard line for this 3rd down. Huge 3rd down for the Buffalo Bills defense. Have tried to get off the field again. I do not see many points being scored in this game. Vegas has the over-under at 43.5, which for an NFL game in this generation is very low. So we will see how many points are scored, but that means we need to keep them out of the end zone when we can, guys. We cannot let them score touchdowns. We cannot trade field goals for touchdowns. Obviously, again, our offense probably will not be scoring a lot of points. Andrew Luck's in shotgun on this 3rd and 5. Run back to the right. Got 2 wide receivers top of the screen, 1 to the bottom. Pressure coming. Was able to get the ball off to the running back, who is able to get enough for a first down. Get the ball inside the 20-yard line. Break a couple tackles. And then he will have the ball 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. So Buffalo had their chance. The defense had their chance to stop Mack in the backfield. Not Mack. I'm sorry. It was not Mack. It was Wilkins. And Milano has a chance to tackle him at about the 35-yard line. He's able to spin away from that tackle and pick up enough for the first down. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Indianapolis Colts inside the 20-yard line. 14:20 to go in the second quarter. They run it with him again. And this time it is Mack who gets about a 2-yard gain to make it 2nd and 8. From inside the 18-yard line for Buffalo. So again, the Colts in the red zone. Getting ready to score here. 2nd and 8 from the 17-yard line. Buffalo had him on a 3rd and 5. Had the play stopped, but the running back Wilkins was able to break away from the tackle and get the first down. Tackle was missed by Milano. Andrew Luck's in shotgun formation. Got Mack to his left. 2 wide receivers to the bottom of the screen. Only a tight end lined up to the right. Luck in the end zone to Ebram. Nope, that's Swoop. I'm sorry. Swoop for a touchdown. Colts go up 6-0 on a pretty pass play from Andrew Luck to Swoop of the Indianapolis Colts. I saw the tight end. I thought it was Ebram, but it was not. It was Eric Swoop, number 86. And the Colts go up on the Buffalo Bills 6-0 if you're a Colts fan, on what was a great drive. I think it was 11 plays, 80 yards, something like that. So, touchdown, Indianapolis Colts. They go up 6-0. Andrew Luck, 6 for 9 on the day so far, 58 yards, another touchdown. 13-play scoring drive, 75 yards, 6 minutes and 53 seconds. It was a great drive, again, if you're a Colts fan. They missed the extra point, however, so it's going to remain 6-0 with 13:31 to go in the second quarter. That might help us out, guys, but again, Adam Vinatieri is 10 points away from breaking the all-time record, and he misses the extra point that would have put them up 7-0. So currently 6-0 Indianapolis Colts. I was about to say Baltimore Colts for some reason. As they go up 6-0 on the Bills on a touchdown from Andrew Luck to Eric Swoop in the end zone. So 6-0, extra point missed. And so the score remains 6-0. As we go to commercial break, let me go through some of the other scores from around the league. You got the Chicago Bears actually scored a touchdown. So they're now up on the New England Patriots 10-7 as the touchdown was scored by Mitchell Trubisky on an 8-yard touchdown run. Houston's still up 6-0 on Jacksonville. Detroit is now up 10-0 on Miami. Minnesota and the Jets are now tied after the Jets scored a touchdown on a Chris Herndon 12-yard TD pass from Sam Darnold. That Jets team is looking much improved. Sam Darnold's looking like the real deal. Obviously, Sam Darnold was not available when we picked, but he is looking like the real deal so far in this draft. I think he's actually out of the 4 quarterbacks, I think he's been the best so far. Sam Darnold, then Baker Mayfield. Haven't seen enough from Josh Allen to say he's in the conversation as good or bad. I don't believe as far as draft picks. And Josh Rosen has only started 3 games, so I don't know if you have enough from him either. We saw him on Thursday night look pretty bad, throwing those 2 pick sixes. I know a lot of you out there, and myself included, we wanted Rosen over Allen. But we'll see as their careers pan out how good each of them do. So Minnesota and the Jets tied at 7-7. Philadelphia and Carolina still tied at 0. Philadelphia does have the ball inside the red zone. Tampa Bay is now up 9-2 on the Cleveland Browns. Again, Cleveland getting the safety, and then a field goal by Tampa Bay, and then most recently a Deshaun Jackson 14-yard touchdown run to make it 9-2, and then they missed the point after touchdown. So already we've seen so far this week 2 extra points missed, including the one here in Indianapolis by Adam Vinatieri. The Chargers got the dub. That's true. Welcome, Bike Boy. Welcome to Believers Talk. If you are new, hit that subscribe button. The Chargers played the Titans over in London earlier today. Chargers won on a 20-19 game, a game where they're back from commercial, showing instant replay of the touchdown. A game where the Titans scored a touchdown late to make it 20-19, extra point pending with about 30 seconds left, and then the Titans decided to go for 2 instead of to kick the extra point to hopefully force overtime. Interesting play call, but if you're a Chargers fan, bike boy, congratulations, you guys get the win. Doesn't matter how it happens in the NFL, a win is a win. 13:31 to go in the first half. Buffalo is receiving the kickoff. It goes into the end zone, so Buffalo's going to start with the ball 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Anderson coming back into the game for the Buffalo Bills. Again, has not been that bad yet. If you're just joining me, McCoy went out early in this game with a injury. It does not look like he'll return, unfortunately. But now we'll have Chris Ivory, and we also have Marcus Murphy in the off the inactive list. Tyron Jones is listed as inactive, so we do only have 2 running backs now. We have Anderson starting with the ball under center. We have Ivory in the backfield, DeMarco, a fullback. First play, fake handoff to Ivory. Screen pass to Ivory. Ivory able to get to about the 33-yard line before he's taken down. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and short. These are the type of situations Buffalo needs. Pick up 8 yards on 1st down, 6, 7, 8 yards on 1st down. Make it 3rd and short. Make them have to keep fighting for the ball, fighting to stop us from picking up the 1st downs. We saw a bunch of that on the first drive where we were able to get off the field in decent get 1st downs, and we were able to punt from midfield and back them up in their own territory. But unable to happen on a 2nd drive, so we saw on the Colts' 3rd drive, they were able to drive downfield for a touchdown. 12:50 to go in the first half. The Buffalo Bills have the ball. Derek Anderson is currently 4 for 6 for 33 yards. He's in shotgun as he hands it off to Chris Ivory. Chris Ivory able to bust free to the 40-yard line to pick up another Buffalo Bills 1st down. Again, it'd be interesting to see how long we keep Ivory in there and we don't go Marcus Murphy or something like that. Actually seeing Super Bowl potential now in the Chargers. There were a lot of people's preseason picks to make the Super Bowl, so we'll see what happens there. 12:18 to go. Obviously, the Bills and Colts are not looking Super Bowl eligible this year. So 12:15 to go at the 40-yard line. Anderson under center, fake handoff to Ivory, throws downfield. Nice catch by Benjamin inside Colts territory, inside the 45-yard line. It's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Buffalo Bills as we get the ball inside Colts territory. Under 12 minutes to go in the first half. Kelvin Benjamin, good throw by Anderson, only where Benjamin can get it as Benjamin is surrounded by 2 Colts players. Linebacker coming over underneath. If that ball was not put there, I don't know what would happen, but a good pass by Anderson. Anderson now, Kelvin Benjamin has 2 catches on this game for 25 yards, so we're seeing more from Kelvin Benjamin than we've seen so far all season. On 1st down, run is to Ivory. Ivory able to bounce outside, gets inside the 35, inside the 30, inside the 25, where he is forced out of bounds. So, huge run by the Buffalo Bills. Looks like one of the Colts players is arguing for a hold as Ivory is able to bounce it outside and get big yardage for another Buffalo Bills 1st down. Gets us into field goal range, but we're not looking for field goals here, guys. We're looking for touchdowns. Number 91 of the Colts had Chris Ivory in the backfield, had him wrapped up. However, Ivory was able to get away. He currently has 6 rushes for 36 yards, most of it coming on that play. Anderson under center, Ivory in the backfield. Fake handoff to Chris Ivory and a pass to Clay. Clay has it, and are they ruling that a fumble? They are ruling it a fumble. So Clay, with the reception, he gets hit, and the ball comes out. They're ruling it a fumble. And these are one of those plays where last year it probably would have been ruled incomplete, but since the rule change, that probably is going to hold as a fumble. Great pass to Charles Clay. He gets the ball. He's cradling it to the front of his body as it gets knocked out. The Colts recover it. So what was a potentially great drive for the Buffalo Bills now ends with another turnover. We talked about turnovers, guys. Pre-game, Sean McDermott talked about turnovers. Everyone's talking about turnovers. Anderson's doing well, and we still turn the ball over. We cannot keep doing that. We can't keep doing that. We might be getting ready for a rant here. It's going up to New York to see to see if it was actually a fumble or not. We'll see how the officials in New York see it, and I don't see it getting overturned. Again, that's the difference between this year and last year. This year, that's going to be ruled a fumble. Last year, it might not have been. So, no proof to show that. I mean, it was a good pass by Derek Anderson, right up the middle. Charles Clay cradles the ball as he's carrying over to his strong shoulder. It gets knocked out. First down, Indianapolis Colts at the 25-yard line. Let's see if it holds up as they commercial break. Let's take a look at some scores around the league before I do completely flip out. Currently 6-0 Colts with 11 minutes to go in the second quarter. But again, Buffalo just possibly fumbled the ball. They're looking at it in New York to see the Colts did recover it. They ruled it a fumble. So we'll see how that one turns out. The Chicago Bears are up 10-7 on the Indianapolis Colts. On the New England Patriots. And it looks like Chicago has the ball after a Sony Michel fumble in New England territory. So it's 10-7 Chicago. Jacksonville, Houston. Houston's still up 6-0 there. Detroit is still up 10-0 on Miami. Miami has the ball in the red zone. The Jets and the Vikings are still tied at 7. Carolina is now trailing to the Eagles 7-0 after an Alshon Jeffrey 11-yard touchdown pass from Carson Wentz. And Cleveland still trails Tampa Bay 9-2. So those are the scores around the league. It's rough being a Bills fan. We need to get more talent. And the sad thing is, Charles Clay is one of our most talented players on offense, especially with McCoy out. And here we are still coughing up the ball. Still little mistakes. Coaches can't do anything about that. Coaches teach you to hold on to the ball. And you shouldn't need an NFL coach to teach you to hang on to the ball. By the time you hit the NFL, you should know how important the ball is. You need to keep the ball. They come back from commercial break. Let's see if they rule it a fumble. Again, I have a hard time seeing this getting overturned. I've been wrong once or twice before. Nope, they're calling it a turnover, and it was. Charles Clay fumbles the ball. If you're Coach McDermott, you have to be frustrated. You talked last week about respecting the football. Respecting the football means holding on to the football. And the Colts jump on it. So the Colts now have the ball 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line after the Buffalo Bills waste another scoring opportunity. Pressure on Andrew Luck. Does not get there. Pass to Hitland is incomplete. However, they're going to get Tre'Davious White for pass interference. Trey White has been called for his share of penalties this year. If you look back to last week with the holding on DeAndre Hopkins, he got called for 2 of those. And now they're calling him for a pass interference here as he clearly grabs T.Y. Hilton's shoulder as T.Y. Hilton's going for the catch. And then he looks at the ref like the ref made a bad call. No, you need to stop holding players. You need to stop holding them when they're going after the ball. That's what you need to do, Tre'Davious White. Stop looking at the official like he did something wrong. It was clearly a pass interference. They're calling what they see. You're making it obvious for them. But that is the first penalty for the Buffalo Bills. It gets the Indianapolis Colts 14 yards. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Indianapolis Colts at the 40-yard line. Luck in a shotgun formation. Mack joining him in the backfield. Mack helping out to block as they get ready to pass. Wide open down the field is Rodgers again. Rodgers gets it well into Buffalo territory. Gets to about the 30-yard line on a beautiful 30-yard pass from Andrew Luck to Rodgers. This turnover is going to lead to points. And we're going to go down 2 scores in a game again where we're not going to see a lot of points scored. The middle of the field's wide open. I don't know what Tremaine Evans is doing there, but the middle of the field's wide open. First down, they get a quick pass out, a good tackle for about 2-yard gain by Tyron Johnson. Makes the tackle, so it's going to be 2nd and 8. 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. So this turnover, which could have been the points for us, at least a field goal as we were already in field goal range, is now going to lead to points for the Indianapolis Colts. Again, at least a field goal as they're in field goal range, unless the Bills can force a turnover here. Already down 6-0 with 9:50 to go in the first half. The Bills do get the ball to start the second half, but again, not many points can be scored with Derek Anderson being 10 days old on the team type offense. Like, it's just not going to happen. We've seen that Derek Anderson throws. He's looked fine, but there's been no deep throws downfield because he only has a limited amount of knowledge about this offense. So, bull rush on Luck. He's able to get away from pressure, passes it to Mack, and Mack has the whole right side of the field to score a touchdown. Screen pass to Mack. Mack's able to run 25, 30 yards untouched for a touchdown. So now it's 12-0 Indianapolis Colts after we had a chance. Charles Clay screws that up with a turnover, a fumble, because we can't protect the ball. I don't want to play Charles Clay the rest of this game. Like, we need to send a message. Protect the football. We need to send a message. Ray McLeod fumbled the punt. We didn't let him back in there. Don't let Charles Clay back in there. Forget that. Forget it. So it's 12-0 Indianapolis. Extra point pending. Missed the last extra point. Let's see what he does here. There's a flag on the play. It's going to be on Buffalo. It's going to be accessed on the kickoff. Extra point good. All right, so they're coming over to explain to Frank Reich what's going on. Now the refs are talking about it. How hard is this? How hard is this? You talk to Frank Reich. What's your decision? You get the decision. You make the signal that let's keep playing the game. This is why the NFL is getting boring. Oh, so there's 2 penalties. So there's a legal formation penalty. No other team. Okay, so they just announced we have 6 illegal formation penalties on the season. That was our 6th, which is hard to believe that you can have a legal formation penalty on defense, but you can. That's our 6th. No other team in the NFL has more than 2. Jerry Hughes gets unsportsmanlike conduct. That's going to be accessed on the kickoff, so more than likely it's going to be a touchback, or they're going to try an onside kick, because why the heck not? Frank Reich decides to take the penalty, and now they might try to go for 2 since they missed the original extra point. 12-0, 9:25 to go in the second quarter. The Indianapolis Colts did just score a touchdown. The Bills get called for their 6th illegal formation penalty on the season when no other team has 2. Quick snap by Andrew Luck. Hands it off to Mack. Mack gets in the end zone as our run defense has not been able to stop Mack all day because they've averaged a whopping 86 yards of rush offense so far this season, and we just can't stop them. So 14-0 Indianapolis after Charles Clay fumble in. When Buffalo's driving, get ready to score, Charles Clay fumbles the ball. They come downfield. Andrew Luck 3 for 3 for 80 yards as they score a touchdown, aided by a pass interference penalty by Tre'Davious White and a catch and run by Mack that no one felt like touching him. They felt like giving him the whole right side of the field, and Mack just runs it straight in for a touchdown. So, welcome to Believers Talk. If you are new, my name is Joe. Very disappointing start to this game for the Buffalo Bills as we reach about 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. Buffalo's offense actually has not looked that bad, minus a Charles Clay fumble when we were in position to score, and the Indianapolis Colts come and take that and score immediately, make it 14-0. Well, they make it 12-0, and then 2 penalties on the extra point. One was a illegal procedure or illegal formation penalty, our 6th, the Buffalo Bills' 6th of the year, and then we get unsportsmanlike on Jerry Hughes, which will be accessed on the kickoff. So awesome, great job Buffalo to go down 14-0 with about 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. Again, you know what? Anderson hasn't been playing that bad. This offense has moved the ball a little bit. Turnover by Charles Clay. Defense unable to stop anyone on the 1-5 Indianapolis Colts after being able to stop, people on the Packers, the Vikings, the Titans. It'll stop them, but man, it's that tough Colts offense and Swoop, who just kills us every time. It's ridiculous. And then we kill ourselves with turnovers and penalties. Like, welcome to being a Buffalo Bills fan. Welcome to it. And how can we blame Sean McDermott for unsportsmanlike? How can we blame Sean McDermott for a fumble? Like, we can't. That's not on our coaching staff. And yet, they don't know offense. I've been critical of them too about the offensive decisions that they've made. But how can we blame that on this coaching? Stupid mistakes. That's all it is. Just stupid mistakes. Going through some scores, the Chicago Bears are still up 10-7 on the New England Patriots, with the Bears having the ball 3rd and goal in the red zone there. Houston is now up 12-0 on Jacksonville after they just scored a touchdown. Lamar Miller up the middle makes it 12-0, extra point pending. Detroit now up 10-7 on the Miami Dolphins as Kenny Stills gets a 5-yard touchdown. Minnesota is now up 10-7 on the Jets. The Eagles are now up 10-0 on Carolina, and Tampa Bay is now up 16-2 on the Cleveland Browns after Jameis Winston 14-yard touchdown run to make that game 16-2. And now they kick off to the Bills. Bills will, and they as they should, they kick it short. Murphy gets the ball. He actually gets it past the 25-yard line to about the 27. So the Bills will start with the ball there, 1st and 10 about the 27-yard line. So that unsportsmanlike contact by Jerry Hughes actually gains us 2 yards somehow. So 1st and 10 for Buffalo from the 27-yard line. Again, Derek Anderson has been... Hey, welcome DP317. Welcome to Believers Talk. Right now, you guys are doing your thing against us. We have not been able to stop you all day. Derek Anderson's moving the ball pretty well. Unfortunately, that Charles Clay fumble stopped any momentum the Bills had on that first drive. 1st and 10. We have Ivory alone in the backfield. Handoff is to Chris Ivory. Gets about 2 yards on the play to make it 2nd and 8 as we get to about the 29-yard line. 9:12 to go. There's a flag. 9:12 to go in the second quarter. Indianapolis Colts beating the Buffalo Bills 14-0 right now. Again, I had this game going 24-20 Buffalo. Does not look like it's going to go that way right now. The officials are talking about a penalty currently on the play. It was a Chris Ivory 2-yard run to the right-hand side. That might be going back here, so we'll see what they have. After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness on Kelvin Benjamin. Welcome, Sean Diaz. Welcome, DP317. Again, getting set up behind the ball. Another huge penalty killing us right here as Kelvin Benjamin, well after the play, pushing number 31, pushes him square in the face. After 31 gets on his nerves a little bit, I guess, gets under his skin. They always get the guy that retaliates. So Kevin Benjamin gets us a 15-yard penalty. So instead of 2nd and 8, we now have 2nd and 22, 23. 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. 2nd and 22. 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. Second quarter. Indianapolis up 14-0. I formation as Anderson is under center. We have a wide receiver top of the screen, wide receiver to the bottom. Anderson fakes it to Ivory. Pass is to Ivory out of the backfield. Gets it to about the 23-yard line before he's taken down. Going to bring up a 3rd and 12, or a 3rd and 14, I should say, for the Buffalo Bills. Again, stupid penalties. Now we're behind the ball. Now we're going to be forced to punt. Give this Indianapolis Colts offense that's moving the ball all day against us, as Sean Diaz says, all day against us. Give them another chance of decent field position. Why? Because we feel like it. That's why. Because we have to hit a player after a play's over. It's just ridiculous. It's so stupid. Anderson in shotgun, one wide receiver top of the screen, 2 to the bottom. Ivory joining him on the left side. Ivory going out for a pass. Pass is to Zay Jones, who gets the catch at the 30-yard line, but gets tackled right away, so it's going to bring up a 4th down for the Buffalo Bills, which will force us to punt again. Again, good pass by Anderson. If it was 3rd and short, that would have been for a 1st down. However, due to a Kelvin Benjamin penalty, we're stopped if we get the ball 1st and 22 or whatever it was, and now we're forced to punt. 2nd and 22, I'm sorry. 4th and 6, 7:40 to go in the first half. Buffalo's going to punt the ball back to the Colts after the Colts have scored on touchdowns on their last 2 possessions after Charles Clay fumble. Now Sean McDermott's on the sideline talking to Kelvin Benjamin. Can't understand what that, I don't want to be in that conversation. So Sean McDermott just can't be happy. These are undisciplined plays. We're actually not playing that bad, minus a fumble and a stupid penalty, and this defense not being able to stop the run game all of a sudden. When has that happened? The Colts, again, are averaging less than 90 yards of rushing on offense so far this season. They're averaging less than 90 yards, and here they are just constantly moving downfield on us. I don't understand what it is. Like I've said, our run defense in the middle, actually not that bad. Not that bad at all, but this is just very frustrating if you're a Bills fan to watch this happen. And again, the Buffalo Bills are not going to score a lot of points in this game. You cannot believe a Derek Anderson-led team, and it's not his fault. He's only been on the team 11 days. 12 days, whatever it's been. So, first and 10, Indianapolis Colts, 7:16 to go in the first half. Andrew Luck is under center. You got Mack in the backfield all alone. One wide receiver to the bottom of the screen. Starting with the ball at the 18-yard line. Mack gets the ball, runs it to the right side. No one touches him. And again, he picks up a good chunk of yards, probably about 20, 22 yards on the play before Hyde knocks him out of bounds. Just a Bills team that does not look like they came ready to play. Can see why Vegas actually gave the Colts a 7-point edge. Although, again, you cannot blame this on Derek Anderson. He's actually moved the ball decently as they get the ball to about the 40-yard line. Again, close to midfield on one play. Close to midfield. They're going to try to score again here. So, time to start drinking. Is this where it snowballs? Probably. That's probably what's happening here. Need the defense to come up with a big play, try to get some momentum. First and 10, flag at the snap. So probably hopefully that will be against the offense and not a defensive player lining up in the neutral zone on the defense, which it looks like that's what it's going to be. So offsides defense. So it's going to be 1st and 5 now for the Indianapolis Colts. I was going to say that was a rush for about 6 or 7 yards, but you'll take 1st and 5 over 2nd and 5 or 2nd and 4 any day of the week. So 6:20 to go in the second quarter. Buffalo already trailing 14-0. The Colts are just moving downfield once again, getting this offense in rhythm. Again, this offense is one that can beat you if you let it. You talk about T.Y. Hilton. You're talking about Andrew Luck. I mean, that's what you're talking about. And we're unable to stop Mack for some reason today. So that's our 5th penalty for 50 yards. Luck falls down the snap, but is able to get the ball handed off before he falls down. And it looks like the whole Indianapolis Colts team could fall down and get back up and be able to gain yards on the play as they get the ball into Buffalo territory after, looks like, trying to see who that was here. Nyheim Hines was coming in motion at the snap, and Luck's able to get the ball to him. Gets a first down, gets the ball into Buffalo territory at about the 43-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and 10, 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. Indianapolis Colts ball in Buffalo territory at the 44-yard line. Andrew Luck in shotgun. Hands it off to Mack, who flips it back to Hines again, who now takes it for another first down. Buffalo's just not stopping anybody before he's pushed out of bounds by Poyer to the 25-yard line. Buffalo's just not doing anything. Like you said, this is where it begins to snowball. Talking to Jeff Farner, I mean, it's just out of control right now. Buffalo has not done anything. And, they're talking about, Bill's defense getting Yarborough follows the play instead of containing his line of defense. And it just makes it an easy 15, 20-yard gain for the Colts. They're just moving the ball downfield. Chunk yardage here for the Indianapolis Colts as they are now, again, in field goal range. With 4:50 to go in the first half, it looks like they're going to get ready to score again. Again, we need this defense to help our offense out here and get a big play. They run it on first down, and Jerry Hughes and Poyer come in for a tackle of a 2-yard loss. So it does look like we still do know how to tackle behind the line of scrimmage before they gain 10 yards. I wasn't sure the way this drive was going if we knew how to do that. So a big tackle makes it 2nd and 12, stopping him behind the sticks. I mean, it goes without saying, guys, we need to stop him to a field goal here. At worst, we need to stop him to a field goal here. Andrew Luck's in shotgun. Running back to his right will not be Mack. It's the other guy whose name I don't know right now, and I just get so upset. Three wide receivers top of the screen, one to the bottom. Looks like the Bills are sending a blitz as Wilkins gets the carry. That's his name. He then gets the ball inside the 25-yard line to about the 24. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 7 for the Indianapolis Colts as Wilkins gets about 5 yards on the carry. Makes it 3rd and 8 with 3:50 to go here in the first half. Again, we need to stop him here. I mean, 24-20 was my prediction, and scoring 24 points with this offense seemed like a high task. In the games we've lost, we've been outscored mightily in the first half. That includes last week's game. There's another flag on the play. Neutral zone infraction on Buffalo. So instead of 3rd and 8, you're going to have a 3rd and 3. Looks like Looks like that's on Kyle Williams. So it's going to be 3rd and 3. We all know how much I love Kyle Williams, so I'm not going to yell at him that much. And Kyle Williams is normally not that one to get penalties. He is not happy about the call at all, yelling back at the officials. Hopefully he doesn't get a penalty. 15-yarder for unsportsmanlike. But again, it looks like the wheels are coming off the bus right now here for the Buffalo Bills, as it's going to be 3rd down and 2. Andrew Luck in shotgun. 3 wide receivers bottom of the screen. It'll get some pressure, but no one's there to stop number 80 to pick up the first down. So we don't need to cover the wide receivers and tight ends. We just feel like that's not important in this game. We just want them to move downfield as best they can. We don't want to interfere with them. As Milano came to get pressure on Andrew Luck, that left, who was that? Looks like Alexander. I'm sorry, Ali Cox. More Ali Cox, a tight end. Left him wide open for the first down. 2:37 to go in the first half. Again, it looks like Indianapolis is not going to be stopped as they get ready to score another touchdown from the 11-yard line. Handoff is to Mack. Mack goes up the middle to inside the 5-yard line before he's brought down again by Poyer. Our safeties are going to have a lot of tackles in this game. They need Rex. I don't think, Rex Ryan was no good for this team at all. Just set us back 2 more years, if anything. So 2nd and 1 for the Indianapolis Colts as they have the ball at the 2-yard line, getting to come to a 2-minute warning in the first half. So looks like they're going to score another touchdown here to go up 21-0 before we go into halftime. The only thing is, will our offense do anything? And again, I can't blame the offense here other than the turnover and the penalty. Like, I yell at certain individuals. I think the offensive play calling has been fine. We've moved the ball pretty well. We moved the ball pretty well on that first drive, getting it to midfield before we punted it, put them deep in their own territory, stop them to another 3-and-out, right? That's great. 4th or 5th drive of the game, we're down 7-0 after the defense allows Indy to just move down the field. Now, this game was starting exactly how the Bills probably wanted it to. But to their credit, the Colts probably wanted it to start the same way. You want to keep this game low scoring. Sooner or later you're going to get to this pretty much new quarterback on this team. McCoy going out obviously is a big factor in that. We don't want to see that. I still thought the Bills had a chance to win this game with McCoy going out. But then you talk about them scoring. We're driving to match them. They missed the extra point. We're driving, possibly getting it, hopefully to score a touchdown. We're inside the 30-yard line. What happens? Charles Clay fumbles the ball. 4 plays later, they're up 14-0 already. And after illegal formation, again, Buffalo's 6th illegal formation on the year. 6! No other team has more than 2. We have 6. How is that possible? I was talking to the guy at hashtag sports after last week's loss, and they said that's always on the coaching. Well, if that's on the coaching, someone's got to do something. Somebody's got to do something, because that's the special teams. So it's obviously not just one coach. If you want to blame offense on Dable, you definitely can. But then, do you blame the special teams coach for that one? I don't know if it's all on the coaching. I really don't. Because these players need to know where they're supposed to be. They need to know where they're supposed to be. But let me go through some scores. I did see some scores changed in between commercial breaks here, so let's go through them real quick. You got the Indianapolis Colts and the Chicago Bears now at 17-14. Actually, I have 2 scores in that game since last time I updated you. We have Jordan Howard with a 2-yard touchdown one to make it 17-7. And then shortly thereafter, about 30 seconds, it was a kickoff return. Patterson on the ensuing kickoff returns at 95 yards, so it makes it 17-14. New England has the ball trailing by 3. Houston's still up 13-0 on Jacksonville. Detroit's up 10-7 on Miami. Detroit has the ball in the red zone. Minnesota is still up 10-7 on the New York Jets. Philadelphia is still up 10-0 on Carolina. And Tampa Bay is still up 16-2 on the Tampa Bay, still up 16-2 on the Cleveland Browns. So those are and then tomorrow you have Atlanta playing New York. So on 2nd and 1, back to commercial, Buffalo stuffs the run. It's actually 2nd and 3 from the 4. I don't know who says, the thing on TV says 2nd and 1. So it's actually going to be 3rd and 4 from the 5 after 1-yard loss. Again, it'll be huge to stop them to a field goal here. Maybe give our offense a chance. And, we'll see what happens in the second half. So the Bills call a timeout. The clock is stopped on 3rd and 4 at 1:46. It looks like the Bills might have called a timeout here. The Colts only have one timeout remaining after they used too early in the first quarter. I'm not sure who called timeout here. That's not showing me, but I'd have to assume it's the Buffalo Bills who called the timeout to stop the clock, to maybe try to get the ball back with a little bit of time to score in the first half before we go into halftime. Maybe try to get some offense or some momentum going into halftime. Yeah, so it is Buffalo's timeout. So they have 2 remaining, 1:48 to go in the first half. The Colts have the ball, 3rd and 4 at the 5-yard line. Thank you for watching Believers Talk. My name is Joe. If you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, share this with some of your friends. Let them know we are here watching this game. If you're a Colts fan, let them know you have a depressed Bills fan that might just do something stupid before this thing's over. Blitz coming on Luck, as Luck's able to get away from it. Luck looks like he's going to look into the end zone, has T.Y. Hilton for the touchdown. So after able to break to the right, Andrew Luck makes some time and finds an open T.Y. Hilton in the end zone to make it 20-0 with 1:38 to go in the first half. So I think that's a backbreaker for the Buffalo Bills. I don't see us coming back from a 21-point deficit. Blitz came up the middle, got to Andrew Luck between Phillips and Hughes. He was able to break to the right, like I said, and as he's running to the sideline, Hilton is able to break free from Hyde, who's supposed to be in coverage, and break free from him and get open for Andrew Luck to find him for a 5-yard touchdown reception to make this game 20-0. Indianapolis Colts, as Adam Vinatieri gets ready for the extra point. Adam Vinatieri 10 points away from making history as the leading scorer, and he nails that one through. So now he's 9 points away. Make this game 21-0 with 1:38 to go in the first half. So if you're just joining us for this stream, 21-0 Indianapolis Colts. Less than 2 minutes to go in the first half. Buffalo will get the ball to start the second half, so let's see if we can maybe try to score here before the half's out. However, McCoy on the second offensive play for Buffalo goes out with an injury. He will not be returning in this game. The offense, as far as Anderson's concerned, as far as how he's been able to move the ball, he's actually done a decent job. Able to move the ball down to about midfield on the first drive. Able to move the ball well into Colts territory on the 3rd or 4th drive of the game. Charles Clay fumbles the ball as we were getting ready to score. Indy scored on the previous drive. They take 4 plays. Doesn't take long for them to go up 14-0. And then the Colts, after a penalty, or the Bills get the ball back, and a penalty by Kelvin Benjamin, 15-yard sportsmanlike, puts us back 15 more yards. Unable to get the first down of that drive. Now we're down 21-0. This is exactly what I thought was going to happen as soon as that penalty. As soon as the fumble happened, you knew they were going to score, make it 14-0. And now the penalty happens. We can't get off the field. Defense has to go right back on the field, and that's what happens. They score a touchdown. Kickoff goes into the end zone. It's going to be a touchback. First and 10 for Buffalo. 1:41 to go in the first half. Buffalo will get the ball. First and 10 at the 25-yard line. We have 2 timeouts, so let's see if we can try to get a score right now. Last thing we need is a turnover. But it seems like the Bills love to turn the ball over, so we'll see if we can prevent a turnover from happening. Maybe try to get some points on the board, get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm, because we do start the second half with the ball, and we can see if we can try to climb back into this game and make it competitive, as we have not been able to stop the Colts on defense, especially Mack running the ball. And every time we've gotten pressure on Luck, we have not sacked Luck yet in this game. Every time we've gotten a little bit of pressure, he's either able to dump it off to a wide open running back, or he's able to break out to the right and find someone open downfield. So first and 10, Derek Anderson back to pass, throws it to Kelvin Benjamin, who makes the catch, gets the ball to about the 39-yard line. 1:35 to go, as Buffalo's trying to hurry up here. As the clock keeps ticking, 2 timeouts still, plenty of time with 1:29 to go. So that's a great play on first down, get some yards to start the drive. Derek Anderson's taking a lot of time here, though. It's a problem when you don't have a lot of time with your team, is you have to take a lot of time off the clock trying to get players in the right position. Derek Anderson's 9 for 11 for 90 yards. If you don't know, the Buffalo Bills average 123 passing yards a game. So again, well on our way to do better than that here. First play I see by Murphy on offense, as he gets a screen out of the backfield, gets the ball to about the 46-yard line before he's taken down. Less than a minute to go now, 2nd and 3 after a 7-yard gain. Again, need to hurry up. Still have those 2 timeouts. I'm not sure why we haven't used them. Might want to use one for the field goal unit, but man, this is taking too much time as we're trying to get the players lined up correctly. Derek Anderson in shotgun again. Marcus Murphy still in the game. Another screen to Murphy gets us the first down. This is not college, however, as the clock will not stop. 34 seconds to go. Buffalo does call their second timeout as we do move the ball inside Colts territory. So decent job moving the ball. Timing-wise, you kind of want, again, we want to work on that, get that to be better. However, with a guy who's only been on the team for 12 days, it will take time for you to tell players where to go and what play to run. So, again, not a huge surprise there, but we are able to get the ball into the Colts side of the field with 34 seconds to go and one timeout. So, great job to start off. However, they're showing the Bills' offensive stats. Obviously, currently we're 31st in offense. We're 20th in rush, dead last in passing. Obviously, when you average 123 passing yards a game, you're going to finish last. Most NFL teams can accidentally get 123 yards passing in a game, especially when you're losing these games like 47-3, like the first game. They are definitely playing prevent defense at that point. 22-0. They're playing prevent defense. At some point, you should be able to get passing yards downfield. So Anderson is shotgun on this first down play. 1st and 10, 34 seconds to go at the Indianapolis Colts 48-yard line. Looks like we're going to get a free play here as the Colts jump off sides. I don't know where Anderson went with that. You have a free play. You have to take it. You have a free play, and you just throw a little screen well over the running back's head. You have to know you have a free play there. So we have 29 seconds now. 29 seconds left to go in the first half. And, yeah, we get the 5 yards. Are we worse than the Browns? No. Simply put, no. We're not. Talent-wise, we're not worse than the Browns. Here's where the Browns are better than us, though. They're not killing themselves with mistakes. Talent for talent, we're more talented than the Browns are. But when you're talking about turnovers, when you're talking about stupid penalties, they're not making them. We are. That's why they're competitive in every game they're in. Shotgun formation, 1st and 5. Anderson throws it deep downfield, and what happens? It gets intercepted. Intercepted by the Indianapolis Colts. Plenty of room to return this ball into Buffalo territory to the 32-yard line. So they're already in field goal range with 13 seconds to go in the first half. A huge return after a long throw downfield by Derek Anderson gets intercepted by number 34 of the Indianapolis Colts, which is going to be, I'll tell you in a second. I'll get there. Mike Mitchell. Mike Mitchell with the interception. About their own 20-yard line, right? And then he has a sea of Colts players to the left-hand side who lead him into Buffalo territory. They finally take him down at the 32-yard line. So they're going to have the ball 1st and 10 at the 32. Andrew Luck in shotgun. They still have one timeout, 13 seconds to go. Quick pass is incomplete. Try to quick out to Eric Ebron, who I don't think has a catch yet in this game. Trey White is there, however, to hit him as soon as the ball gets there to knock the ball out. 10 seconds to go in the first half. Anderson's trying to make something happen downfield. Overthrows his receiver, and it just gets intercepted. The Peterman picks last week were worse, so... Run play for the Colts. They get a first down. They get the ball inside the 20-yard line with 3 seconds to go. So they're going to call timeout. Just make it a little bit easier on Adam Vinatieri. And the Bills defense will help you out when you're trying to make something easier for your kicker. So welcome to Believers Talk. We are 3 seconds away from the end of the first half that has been dominated by the Indianapolis Colts. They're already up 21-0, and they're getting ready to kick a field goal as we get ready to go into halftime. Again, I had this game going 24-20 Buffalo. I'll be happy if we score points at this point, and it kind of looks that way. And this is going to be the 4th first half we're shut out in, by the way, guys. The 4th. This is our 7th game, and we've been shut out in 4 first halves. That's embarrassing. 36-yard attempt, 3 seconds left to go in the first half. And Vinatieri again needs 9 points to break the NFL record for most points in a career. Buffalo calls a timeout to freeze a kicker for 37-yard attempt. Might as well. We have 2 timeouts, right? That was our last timeout. I'm sorry. Last timeout. But again, we were moving the ball downfield decently and looking like we might score points to end the first half. Derek Anderson throws up deep for Kevin Benjamin, just overthrows him, and it gets intercepted. So, again, Buffalo not showing any heart in this game whatsoever. Maybe this season. So, all right, 36-yard attempt by Evan Vinatieri. 3 seconds left to go in the first half. Let's see if we get another illegal formation penalty, which would be awesome. Snaps down, kick is down, kick hits the post and goes in. So, or hits the upright and goes in. So, kick is good to end the first half. At the end of the first half, the 1-5 Indianapolis Colts are leading the 2-4 Buffalo Bills 24-0. Definitely was a screwball type kick that barely gets in, but it gets in. Good field goal is a good field goal. You can't do anything about it. 24-0. And again, Vinatieri now needs 6 points to break the all-time record for career points scored. So Buffalo will start the ball to receive the second half. If you want to look at the bright side, I don't know what to tell you. Derek Anderson's looked pretty good. I think he's like 9 for 14. We'll get through some stats here in a little bit. That interception was just an overthrow late in the half to try to get something going. Not too upset about that. We'll get into what I'm upset about in a second here. Feel bad for the Bills. You can't feel bad for the Bills. You don't feel bad for NFL teams. You can feel bad for their fans. Feel bad for this fan base. I mean, after a year where we went 9-7, we knew this year might be a little rough. We did, but you're talking about 5 first halves now where we've been shut out. Or did I say 4? 4 first halves we've been shut out. Just can't believe it. Anyhow, thank you for joining me on Believers Talk. My name is Joe. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We do go live each and every Sunday. This Sunday might not be this Sunday might not be this season might not be the best to catch me on these live streams, but the Bills will get better. I mean, you're talking about a lot of cap space next year. You're talking about getting Josh Allen back in the game to give him some more reps. We're 2-4. It is what it is. Looks like we're about to drop to 2-5 here. The one thing I want to see are competitive games, though. I want to see us continue getting competitive, and we're not going to be competitive if we don't respect the football, as Sean McDermott likes to say. If we fumble the football when we're getting ready to score. If we get penalties that make it 2nd and 22 instead of 2nd and 7. If we get penalties that, illegal formations on kicks. Like, how can you have a legal formation on a stinking kick? Come on, guys. Play smart. Just play smart. Second half, Peterman. No, you should never put Peterman in this game. I don't know if you're joking or not. I hope you're joking. But you should never put Peterman in this game. Peterman has nothing. Peterman's stats are terrible. Okay? I'm sorry. I wanted him to start the regular season too. But after that Baltimore game, we should have got rid of him. We should have Mark Sanchez right now or something. I just don't. And I can tell you, joking now, John Patrick. For people who think Peterman's going to do any better, they're just ridiculous. I mean, Anderson's played well. Can't help it. Charles Clay doesn't want to hold on to a ball. Can't help it. Kevin Benjamin wants to push players up well after a play's over. Like, he can't help that. There's nothing you can do about that. So let's get to some first half scores from around the league. And then we'll talk a little stats about this game. Colin Kaepernick, exactly. What happened here? Fox 87, welcome back. What happened here are the Bills have no passion in this game. The Bills have no business being on a football field right now is what happened. Again, someone just asked, are we worse than the Browns? I would say no talent-wise, but mistakes are what decide games. Mistakes, every team's talented. This is the NFL. Every team has talent. But what you need to be able to do is you need to limit your mistakes, limit your penalties, and create mistakes by the other team. Now, did the Colts create that fumble by Charles Clay? Yeah, put the helmet right on the ball. Great. But you need to hold on to the football. It's not that hard to do. I've played football before. Most of you have played football before. You know that you need to hang on to the football. So that's what's happened here. Anderson actually has not been playing that bad, given the fact he's only been on the team for 12 days. He has that one interception at the end of the half. He overthrew Kevin Benjamin to try to create something late in that first half. For an offense that has not been doing anything. Again, shut out in 4 first halves already this season. This is only week 7. You don't want to say that after the end of a whole season that you've been shut out in 4 halves of a football game. But all right, let me get you some scores. We'll get to some stats from this first half, and then we can talk a little bit more about the pathetic display that the Bills have shown so far in this game. All right. First score we want to show you, of course, is the game in London earlier today as the San Diego, or LA Chargers, as they like to be called now, the artists formerly known as the San Diego Chargers, lost to the Tennessee Titans 20-19 on a very questionable decision at the end of the game. Tennessee scored with about 30 seconds to go in the game to make it 20-19. And instead of kicking the extra point to make it 20-20, they decided to try to go for 2. And they don't get the 2-point conversion, so they end up losing the game by a point instead of trying to force overtime. So that was the first game of the day. That game will start at 9:30, and that was in London. So at halftime, of course, the Indianapolis Colts are up on the Buffalo Bills 24-0. The New England Patriots have taken a 21-17 lead on the Chicago Bears on a James White 5-yard touchdown pass from Tom Brady. So 21-17 New England. 2 minutes to go in the first half there. Houston is up 13-0 on Jacksonville still with the second half just getting underway there. Detroit is up 17-7 on Miami. Latest score, a LeGarrette Blount 2-yard touchdown run to make that 17-7 at halftime. Minnesota is still up 10-7 on the New York Jets. The Eagles are still up 10-0 on the Carolina Panthers as that second half gets ready to start. And at halftime, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are up 16-2 on the Cleveland Browns. So those are some scores from around the league. Again, I want to get you some stats from this game. As we talk stats in this game, obviously we will mostly be talking about the Indianapolis Colts. Nothing really good. Yeah, I agree with you, John Patrick. The Titans should have taken that one. I think they were still feeling good over that call in Philly against Philly a few weeks back in overtime where they decided to go for 2. But that was an overtime, completely different situation than what there was this week as far as you want to go into overtime and see what happens in overtime. You don't want to end the game. Especially, how bad does the NFL feel? Like, London could have got their first overtime game, or I think what would have been their first overtime game, and instead you decided to go for 2 and deny London that little extra football. So that kind of makes me laugh thinking about it that way. But let's get into some stats in this Buffalo Bills game. We'll start with the Bills. Again, Derek Anderson not playing that bad at all. Like, I'm a little impressed with how well Derek Anderson is doing, even though the score does not prove that. 24-0. Going to the scoring, first score of the game. All these scores, by the way, and this is maybe why it's a little more depressing as well, all this happened in the second quarter. At the end of the first quarter, the score was 0-0. The Colts were beginning their drive that led to their first touchdown, but the score was still 0-0. So with 13:31 to go in the second quarter, Eric Swoop had a 17-yard touchdown pass from Andrew Luck. And then in 9:25 to go after Buffalo moves downfield, but then a fumble by Charles Clay gives Indianapolis the ball back. 4 plays later, Marlon Mack has a 29-yard touchdown pass from Andrew Luck. 2-point conversion is good to make it 14-0. And then T.Y. Hilton, with 1:41 to go in the first half, T.Y. Hilton gets a 5-yard touchdown. And then Adam Vinatieri, as time expires in that first half, with that 36-yard field goal. So that makes it 24-0. Never break a CD DVD without safety glasses on. You could poke your eye out. Thank you, Buffalo Sack Attack. I appreciate that. I'll remember that next time I go to break something. Or you could just use like a hammer and not use your hands, and then it won't shatter as much. But don't do that with a window because it will still shatter. But anyway, going to the stats, the Buffalo Bills, we have Derek Anderson, 11-14 for 90 yards and that late interception. Chris Ivory, 7 rushes for 38 yards, averaging 5.4 yards per rush. But of course, why would we keep running him when you're only getting 5.5 yards a rush? That's only a first down every 2 plays. We don't want to run too much. McCoy had the first 2 carries of the game, went out on that second carry. He will not be returning in this game, so that's huge. We did see Marcus Murphy come in late in the first half, caught a pass out of the backfield. Calvin Benjamin has 3 catches for 39 yards, but you look at Calvin Benjamin, he's just not going to be here next year. Like, he's proven that he doesn't want to be here. I don't think any Bills fan wants him here anymore. That huge 15-yard penalty to put us well behind the sticks to make it second and I believe it was 22 when it could have been second and 8, and then forces us to punt, gives them another opportunity to score, and they do. Just not a fan of that play. Chris Ivory, 2 catches for 17 yards. Marcus Murphy has those 2 catches for 13 yards. Andre Holmes has the one catch for 13 yards, which was was Anderson's first pass. I haven't heard anything from him since. Zay Jones 2 for 12. Charles Clay 1 catch. Well, they need to give him 2 catches here. It says 1 catch for -4 yards, but he definitely gained yards on that play. It could be 1 catch for 4 yards because I don't remember Clay having another catch other than the fumble. I could be wrong. Does everyone else remember that? I don't know. That call was soft on Benjamin. I just don't know. I don't think it was soft. I think what happened is they missed the corner hitting him in the face before Benjamin retaliated, and that happens a lot. And that's why you should not retaliate. Because even if they catch the guy for the first 15, you just offset them. Does that make sense? Like, I'd rather them get called for the 15 and you be a man and just go back to the huddle than you do something stupid and retaliate. Like, I get it. He disrespected you. But you know what's disrespecting you even more? Being down 24-0 at halftime. To me, that's more disrespectful. I'm not going to lie. Watching this game, if I see Kevin Benjamin get hit in the face, give us a 15-yard penalty, and then walk back to the huddle, I'm not saying, oh, he disrespected you. I'm saying, thank you, Kevin Benjamin, for stepping up. You want to talk about disrespect? Don't be down 24-0. He is hot all the time. So, and then kick return, Murphy has the 1 return for 18 yards. Punting, again, our punter might be our best player the rest of the season. Bjorges doing very well, actually. 3 for 139, 2 inside the 20. He has a 51-yarder in there as well. Micah Hyde's our leading tackler. Like I said, our safeties might end up leading in tackles because our first front 7 doesn't want to do anything. Good news is, our offensive line Derek Anderson has not been sacked yet. I don't want to say that too loudly because who knows what will happen in the second half, but neither is Andrew Luck. So no sacks so far in this game for either team. So we go over to the Indianapolis Colts side of the ball. You have Andrew Luck, 11 for 15, 130 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So if you have Andrew Luck on your fantasy team, probably didn't start him, but he'd be doing pretty well for you. Mack has 11 carries for 63 yards. Again, just not used to seeing that on the Bills defense this year. They already have over 100 yards total rushing, as Hines has 4 rushes for 46 yards. Wilkins has 2 for 7. Luck has 1 for 0 yards. So they already have 116 yards on us in the first half. And this is a team that defensively only allowed 92.5 coming into this game. Or 92.5 yards a game coming into this game. And we've already allowed 116, in the first half. So that's not good. Rodgers is the leading receiver, 3 receptions, 44 yards. Mack, Swoop, and Hilton all have a touchdown. Mack 2 for 33, Swoop 1 for 17, Hilton 2 for 16. Wilkins has a catch for 8 yards. Ali Cox has a reception for 7, and Ebron has 1 for 5. Vinatieri is 1 for 1 on field goals, 1 for 2 on extra points. Sanchez punting is 2 for 107, very good. 61 in his long, and that's the one that Murphy fell down and it just bounced further and further into Buffalo Bills territory. And then you got Darius Leonard is their leading tackler with 5 tackles, and then the interception was by Mike Mitchell late in that first half to set up the field goal to make this game 24-0. So 24-0 Indianapolis Colts as we get ready to start the second half. Again, the Buffalo Bills will start with the ball in the second half, but for this offense to be down 24 points, the likelihood of us coming back are very slim. The only chance we have to come back in this game is A, if we score on this drive, and B, if our defense or special teams can help us out with a turnover, a score, something of that nature. That's the only way we have a chance in this game. Indy's defense not playing too bad, but again, it's really stupid decisions, stupid plays by Buffalo Bills players that is causing this to happen, and not anything great. By the Colts. They did get the helmet on the ball to force that turnover. I'm not trying to discredit them. But, we can't stop Andrew Luck, and our offense is not playing well. So kickoff goes to the 5-yard line as it's getting returned by Marcus Murphy. Marcus Murphy bounces outside, gets it to about the 28-yard line, 29-yard line where he is taken down. Murphy actually not doing a bad job back there right now. As we get ready for the second half, Buffalo's going to have the ball first and 10. 39 rush yards to 116 for the Colts. 90 pass yards for 130 for the Colts. That's actually not too bad. 129 total yards, 2 turnovers. The 14 first downs by the Colts and then 7 first downs by the Buffalo Bills. Kind of showing you how one-sided this game is so far. Anderson's under center, got Chris Ivory in the backfield. 2 wide receivers bottom of the screen, 1 to the top. As Chris Ivory gets the ball back to the line of scrimmage, it's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to open up the scores. So 2nd and 10 for the Buffalo Bills as they run Ivory up the middle. He's able to get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. And we needed a better play on first down. The first play of a drive really dictates how the drive's going to go a lot of times. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 28-yard line. Got I formation, DeMarco, and then Ivory in the backfield. 1 wide receiver to the top of the screen. Got Benjamin to the bottom. Fake handoff. Pass is to, that's Zay Jones at the bottom of the screen, who gets a catch for a first down, gets the ball to the 44-yard line. So first down on a nice pass play from Anderson to Zay Jones. I believe that's Zay Jones' 4th catch of the game. Someone said at halftime Zay Jones is dead. I feel like actually Zay Jones, he got to the 43-yard line. But I feel like Zay Jones is probably the bright spot so far of this offense. Now again, you're talking about offense that doesn't even have 200 yards of offense total, so not saying that's great, but Anderson's 12 for 15 for 105 yards. Zay has 3 catches for 27 yards. That's not that bad, especially you're talking about a slot receiver, which is where Zay should be playing. He should not be a 1 or 2. Anderson back again. Pass is to Charles Clay for a first down. So we do get inside Indianapolis Colts territory to the 46-yard line. 13:24 to go in this 3rd quarter, and the Bills are moving the ball again. Let's see if we can actually capitalize and get this into points as we start the second half again. Need to score on this drive. Obviously, a touchdown would be better, and we need to get help from this defense as we hopefully can stop them. Again, they had 14 first downs in the first half. That's insane. Anderson in shotgun, Ivory to his left. Going to run the ball to Chris Ivory on a delay from shotgun. Chris Ivory is able to break free for 8 yards on the play. Get the ball inside the Indianapolis Colts 40-yard line. So moving the ball decently again on this drive. We all know how much I hate the shotgun delay. Shotgun halfback delay. That one works for 8 yards, but I still don't like that play. Why would you back up 4 yards and then hand the ball off? I just don't understand it. And then delay it at that. I just don't get it. But that's okay. We got 2nd and 2 from the 38-yard line. I formation again. Run is to Ivory as he's able to get about half a yard. So it's going to make it 3rd and about 1.5 here. Unable to pick up too much as the Indianapolis Colts stuff him pretty good at the snap as he runs to the left-hand side. So it's going to be 3rd and about 1.5 with 12 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. Again, moving the ball decently. We're already inside Colts territory, inside the 40-yard line. I think in this position, depending on what happens here on 3rd down, we need to go for it on 4th down. If this is 4th and 1, kind of like the Colts had a 4th and 1 earlier in this game, I think it was on their TD drive where they went for it and they got it. We need to do that here as we're already in Colts territory. Anderson's in shotgun, Ivory I think that's Murphy actually to his right. No, that is Ivory to his right. Ivory gets the ball, gets the first down, gets inside the 35-yard line. So we are moving the ball pretty well. Chris Ivory is down, but he gets help from his teammates. He is getting up, but he is calling over to the sideline to get Murphy in the game as we are leaning on Ivory, like I said, pretty heavily. And we shouldn't really be doing that considering again Chris Ivory's age and the type of back he is. He's holding his ankle as he goes down, so it's going to be all on Marcus Murphy from here on out if Ivory cannot come back into this game, as McCoy went out on the 2nd offensive play of the game for the Buffalo Bills, and now Chris Ivory's going out with what appears to be some sort of ankle injury as he gets Desire? Looks like Desire without an E, but anyhow, he plows into his ankles there. Ivory picks up the first down, so it's going to be 1st and 10 Buffalo. But Ivory is on one knee and unable to get off the field. He has 11 rushes in this game so far for 50 yards. So again, our rushing, if we would run the ball more, which is something we've been yelling all season, if we would run the ball more, then we would actually be doing much better running in the running department. However, for some odd reason, the Buffalo Bills this whole season have not ran the ball. We've actually seen what happened when they use the run as often as they should. We win those games. You talk about the Minnesota game, we won. The Tennessee game, both games, McCoy had I think over 20 rush attempts. About 40 rush attempts in that game, both games. I think 44 in the Titans game and 47 in the Vikings game, if I'm remembering correctly. And we win those games. Now we go back to 9 rushes or 7 rushes at halftime. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Anyhow, Anderson is shotgun. Ivory's off the field now. Marcus Murphy back there with him. The handoff does go to Murphy. Murphy is able to pick up about 3 or 4 yards before he's taken down to get the ball to the 30-yard line. So it's going to be second down and 7. Second down and 6 for Buffalo. 10:45 to go in this third quarter. Again, Buffalo able to move the ball down the field. Again, we've been able to do this before. We've done this a couple times in this game. You won't be able to tell by a 24-0 score. That's because we were stopped at midfield on the first drive, and then Charles Clay with a fumble, huge fumble after we're down 7-0 to give all the momentum back to the Indianapolis Colts after we move down the field, come close to possibly the game-tying touchdown. H-back delay from shotgun. Marcus Murphy runs up the middle of the field, gets a huge chunk of yards, gets it inside the 15-yard line to about the 12. So Marcus Murphy, showing his speed, showing his quickness, takes a little cut and just runs up the middle of the field, gets inside the 20, inside the 15. So the Bills will have the ball, 1st and 10, inside the red zone. And Marcus Murphy adding a little pop to his offense. Don't know why we didn't use him in the first half, and why we just used Chris Ivory after McCoy went out. Definitely should have been mixing it up with Murphy and Ivory. But we got 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line, 9:40 to go in the third quarter. Buffalo moving the ball pretty well on this drive. Anderson in shotgun formation. Murphy next to him, do another H-back delay from the shotgun formation. You cannot do that. I hate that play to begin with. We've done it 3 times already this drive. That one gets us 2 yards, gets us to the 10-yard line, so it's going to be second down. Can't keep doing that. The defense is going to know what you're doing eventually, and they're going to read it pretty well and stuff it like they did there. So actually you only give them a yard on that play. It's going to be second and 9, 9:15 to go in the third quarter with the Buffalo Bills. 6 straight running plays. Again, you cannot do that. And when you do that, that's what's going to happen. You're going to get stuffed at the most inopportune time. We got 2nd and 9. This drive is taking 6 minutes off the clock. This is exactly what we need to do to start the game. Anderson back to pass. Passes it to Murphy. Gets it inside the 10. Quick screen pass gets it to about the 8-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd and 7 or 3rd and 7. Apparently, when you gain yards on a play, you actually the down counts too. So it's going to be 3rd and 7 for the Buffalo Bills here inside the 10-yard line. We really want to get a touchdown here, guys. I said we have to sell for a field goal depending on what we do here on 3rd down just to get points on the board. But you're looking at Derek Anderson, 14 for 17, 118 yards. That pick late in the first half. Again, just overthrows his wide receiver. Anderson is in shotgun, has Murphy to his right. If you're just joining me, McCoy and Ivory are both out in this game. Ivory might come back. McCoy is not going to come back. Anderson scrambling to his right. And he gets pushed out of bounds. So it's a sack. It goes down as a sack, so it's going to be 4th down. We're going to force a field goal. I hate that because once a quarterback's out of the pocket, as long as the throw goes past the line of scrimmage, you cannot have intentional grounding. He's not new. That's like a Josh Allen type thing. Throw that ball as far as you can out of the back of the end zone or throw it right in front of you. Like, that's something that a player like Tom Brady does that makes him better than that. House goes on for a kick on 4th and 14. 34-yard attempt is up and good because it's House money. He does not miss. So with 7:42 to go in the third quarter, Buffalo does finally get on the board, gets a field goal, makes the score 24-3. The sack does not hurt the Bills as far as getting points on the board. However, it does hurt the Bills statistically, and it just looks bad. You should really do a better job. You should really do a better job there of just getting rid of the ball and not losing those yards. Let's say he misses that kick. What do you do at that point? I just don't understand what he was thinking there. You know, you have to kind of give him a break because he's only been on the team 12 days, but at the same time, he's a 35-year-old vet. That's not something that the team will teach you. That's something that you should already know. So, but Buffalo does get on the board, make the score 24-3. With about 7:41 to go in the third quarter. We did what we needed to do. We did score on the opening drive. Would much rather see that touchdown, of course. But we do get on the board there. Now we need the defense and or special teams to step up, get us a penalty, or get us a turnover. Get us another 3 and out. You know, we did start the game pretty decently. Stop the Colts to 2 consecutive 3 and outs. and got the ball back. But we need to do that more consistently. The last 3 drives of the second half, or 4 drives, I should say, led to points for the Indianapolis Colts. We cannot let that happen. We need to be able to stop them quickly and get the ball back as soon as we can if we think we have a chance at this game. Welcome to Believers Talk. If you are new, my name is Joe. Please hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already, share this video with your friends. Let them know that we are here live for Buffalo Bills games. We're here live for every single Buffalo game. We will not be live next Monday for the game against the Patriots. I will refer you over to my buddies at the Sports Fury, as they do all primetime games there. So they will have the Bills game for you. Just let them know Believers Talk sent you, and enjoy that game there. And then I will be going to the Jacksonville Jaguars game, so I'll be going live while I'm at the game. But obviously we'll be in a different capacity than we have seen so far this season. So 24-3, Indianapolis Colts about to get the ball here. Again, the defense needs to do its job here and force a 3-and-out, or hopefully maybe even force a turnover, get some points on the defensive side of the ball. We have yet to see this offense put the ball in the end zone, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. 12-play, 56-yard drive, 7 minutes and 18 seconds, ends in a field goal. You want 12-play drives to end in touchdowns, not field goals, but we do get on the board here. Dave will sit with Anderson to go over some of the play calling. And while that's going on, I'll go over some scores. Houston's now up 20-0 on Jacksonville after a DeAndre Hopkins 10-yard touchdown. Got Miami's trailing 20-14 to Detroit. Philly's in the red zone, and the Cleveland Browns have scored a touchdown to make it 16-9 on a Njoku 15-yard TD pass from Baker Mayfield. So that game's 16-9, a 7-point game there. All the other scores are the same, and I'll go over those at the next commercial break as we kick it into the back of the end zone. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Indianapolis Colts with 7:42 to go at the 25-yard line. We need that defense to step up like they did the first quarter. Again, there was no score at the end of the first quarter. The score was 0-0 at the end of the first quarter, and the Colts just kept scoring with that huge turnover by Charles Clay. I can't emphasize that enough. Gets them the 14-0 lead, and then we go 3-and-out, and they're able to score quickly again to make it 21-0, and then the quick turnover that led to 3 points at the end of a half when Anderson's trying to force something downfield to get this offense rolling. We did move the ball again to midfield, but that turnover stopped that there. They're going to run on 1st down to Mack. We have not been able to stop the run all game, and it does not stop here as the Colts run for 15 yards, gets the ball to the 40-yard line on 1st down. So it's going to be 1st and 10 Indianapolis Colts with 7:28 to go in the third quarter. From shotgun formation, Max to the right of Luck just takes a quick sweep to the left, and there's no one there. Milano gets blocked. He's the only player in the picture until you get to Poyer and our safeties. Again, our safeties are going to be our leading tacklers in today's game because our front 7 just is not stopping this Indianapolis Colts run game. Again, shotgun handoff to Mack. Mack with a little bit of a delay still gets 5-6 yards. I mean, you want to say that's good, but on 1st down, 5-6 yards is going to get you a 1st down every single time. It's going to be 2nd and 4. Luckily, the 3rd down conversion rate isn't that high because they haven't had that many 3rd downs. Yeah, that's the problem. So Mack gets about 6 yards on 1st down before he's gang tackled there. Going to be 2nd and 4, 6:45 to go in the third quarter, 24-3. The Colts over the Bills here. We needed a quick stop. That obviously is not going to happen at this point. Again, needs something to happen positive for this Buffalo Bills team if we think we have a chance in this game. We have Andrew Luck under center with Wilkins in the backfield alone. 2nd and 4, handoff is to Wilkins. Just puts his head down, gets no gain on the play. Going to make it 3rd and 4. Huge chance for a stop here for the Bills. Again, if they think they have a chance in this game, they need to get this stop here. Jerry Hughes on the stop. Going to bring up 3rd and 4 with about 6:05 left to go in the third quarter. 24-3, Indianapolis Colts over the Buffalo Bills. Just big mistakes in the first quarter in the first half include Benjamin getting a 15-yard penalty to put us behind the sticks. They get 2nd and 23 instead of 2nd and 8. Charles Clay, of course, with the fumble. Andrew Luck in shotgun formation. Wilkins to his right. Blitz coming. Does not get to Andrew Luck in time. And there is T.Y. Hilton for the 1st down catch. Getting the ball into Buffalo Bills territory to the 46-yard line with 5.5 minutes to go in this third quarter. They're just going to keep milking that clock, getting 1st down after 1st down after 1st down. Wilkins does a great job at blocking Milano, who comes in on a linebacker blitz. And gives Luck time to find Hilton. White's actually decently covering Hilton, but Hilton's just able to get the ball, cover like kind of like a box him out as he gets the catch. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. You got 1st and 10 for the Indianapolis Colts. Luck back to pass, gets pressured, but there's Hilton wide open as White came in on the blitz. There is a flag down on the play, so we'll see what the flag is about. Most of the flags so far in this game have been on the Bills, not saying that they weren't deservedly so far. It does look like this one is going to be on the Colts. However, it's going to be pass interference on Eric Ebron before the pass was delivered. So it's going to be a 10-yard penalty, or a 15-yard penalty. 15-yard penalty, going to make it 1st and 25. If we can't get off the field here, this game is over. And the rest of my announcing will be me just getting drunk, basically. But 1st and 25. It's 1st and 20. I apologize. 1st and 20. That's their 3rd penalty for 25 yards. The Bills actually are not doing that bad in the penalty department. 6 for 55. But again, that was all in the first half. So if you double that, then it would be pretty bad. But 6 for 55 for Buffalo. That's the Indianapolis Colts. That's their 3rd penalty. So you got 1st and 20. Luck and shotgun. Fake handoff. All day to throw, wide open over the middle of the field is Ebron to get those 10 yards back and more. Gets the ball to about the 43-yard line, back into Buffalo territory. Going to make it 2nd and 6. Again, we have to get him off the field here. If we can't get him off the field here, you might as well be saying game over. And the game might be over already. If you're watching this, you might already be saying, Joe, this game is over. As it's 24-3 Indianapolis. 4 minutes to go in this third quarter. Again, just the one drive so far for Buffalo, so we obviously need to get possessions in order to have a chance to score. But at the same time, if you're the Colts, no need to move in a hurry here, as they do a screen pass that gets them. There's another flag down, gets them about 3 yards on the play, so it's going to be 3rd down depending on the flag here. It's going to be about 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 3 depending on the flag. It's going to be holding on the offense, so that's going to put them behind the chains even more. So we're going to accept the penalty, make it 2nd and 16. Guys, this is ridiculous. If we don't get off the field here, if you're here at Fox 87, if you're here, you might get the rant you're looking for. If we can't get him off the field here, that's their 4th penalty for 35 yards. Again, Bills have 6 penalties for 55 yards. That huge penalty, of course, being the Kevin Benjamin penalty early in the 2nd quarter when we were getting ready to try drive after the Colts went up 14-0 on us. So 2nd and 16 for the Indianapolis Colts. You have Luck in shotgun formation. You have, it looks like Mack is back into on his left. 3 wide receivers at the top of the screen, 1 to the bottom. Luck has all day to throw in a clean pocket, almost intercepted by Edmonds as he throws an incomplete pass. So it's going to be 3rd and 16. Have to stop them on 3rd and 16. There's no way we can let them get this 1st down. 3:29 to go in the third quarter. Buffalo trailing 24-3 to the Indianapolis Colts. It's going to be 3rd and 16 for the Colts, about midfield, as Edmonds almost got an interception there, unable to haul it in. That would have been a tough one as he was diving to the ground as the ball hit his hands. If he was an offensive player, I'd tell him he needs to catch that. Since he's on defense, I'll come a break. So, all right. Anthony Ramos, thanks for joining me. If you're a Colts fan, so far you're very happy. Luck and shotgun, fakes the screen to the left, goes to the right to Mack, and he is stopped right away by Kyle Williams and Jerry Hughes, who make him lose more yards, gets the ball back onto the Colts side of the field, inside the 45-yard line to about the 43. So it's going to be 4th and 21. We were hoping to get a quick stop, but a stop at this point is what we need. Still down 3 scores with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Need to start moving with some pace to our play. If you're a Bills fan, if you think you have a chance to come back in this game. Sanchez back to punt. The 61-yard punt tied a career long for him. As again, if you're a Colts fan, you're just trying to waste clock at this point. Punt is fair caught at the 16-yard line. So the Buffalo Bills will get the ball 1st and 10 at the 16 with 2:39 to go in the third quarter, trailing by 3 touchdowns with the Colts winning 24-3. Going to commercial break. As we're at commercial break, yards-wise, no, but yeah, he does have 3 touchdowns, so I can't say too much there. And it's really your running backs that we're losing contain of. It's your running game that's tearing RD a new one, not your passing game. Andrew Luck has 147 yards. It's not that good. But you look at Mack, who has 84 yards. That's already. And then you look at Hines, has 46 yards. That's pretty impressive. So, but yeah, I mean, your whole team right now is tearing us a new one as you're up 24-3 late in the third quarter. So going on to scores around the league, you got the New England Patriots still up 21-17 on Chicago. Chicago does have the ball first and goal at New England's 6-yard line. So they're getting ready to score. Houston's up 20-0 on Jacksonville halfway through the third quarter there. Detroit's now up 26-14 on Miami as they just scored a touchdown, Matthew Stafford to Michael Roberts, so that will be extra point pending with the score 26-14. Minnesota is still up 10-7 on the New York Jets. Philly is up 17-0 on Carolina, and Tampa Bay is still up 16-9 on Cleveland as all these games are now in the second half. So Buffalo again trailing 24-3 here. Buffalo getting the ball back. We need to try to score on this drive, and it doesn't look like we're going to get many more drives as we only had one drive so far in the second half, and there's only 2:39 to go. We might be lucky to get 3 drives all total in the second half, 4 drives, I mean. So we need to make sure we score on all of them if we think we have a chance to come back in this game. Okay. Come back from commercial. They're showing highlights from last year's game, the 3 feet of snow game, in which the Buffalo Bills won in overtime on a McCoy touchdown. It doesn't look like we're going to have the same result in this game. Looks like maybe this was a payback game for the Indianapolis Colts. They definitely came out ready to play, and I question whether the Bills did or not. What's my assessment on our QB situation? The moment we see, so we got a 5th round pick for A.J. McCarron. So go back to the offseason. We have A.J. McCarron, Nathan Peterman, and we draft Allen. We have to draft Allen. I'll get back to that as this game's getting ready to start again. We have Derek Anderson under center, 2 wide receivers at the top of the screen. Looks like Chris Ivory is back in the game. Tries to set up a screen to Chris Ivory. It gets deflected and almost got put right in the hands of Hunt. For the Indianapolis Colts. He's unable to hang on to the ball as he would have had a pick 6 easily. The screen got deflected, went right into Hunt's hands. Hunt obviously wasn't expecting it, as a defensive lineman normally wouldn't expect that. And he's unable to corral the ball in before it hits the ground. So it's an incomplete pass. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Go back to our offseason. We get rid of McCarron for a 5th round pick, which I'm completely okay with. I don't think McCarron's worth a 5th round pick. We do get the extra 5th round pick. 2nd and 10, Derek Anderson's in shotgun, Ivory in the backfield. Run Chris Ivory. Ivory's going to run up the middle for about 15, 20 yards as he gets to the 36-yard line. So it's going to be a first down for Buffalo with 2:25 to go in this third quarter. So big run by Chris Ivory. Again, why weren't we running him more in the first half? I don't know, especially with Derek Anderson in him. But the moment we get rid of A.J. McCarron, I was screaming on my previous videos that we need to get a veteran quarterback. Nathan Peterman at that point had only had 3 quarters of football under his belt, and you have Josh Allen, obviously no NFL experience. Under center is Anderson, Ivory in the backfield. 1st and 10, 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Screen pass to Ivory is just sailed over his head. We've seen that about 3 or 4 times from Anderson. He cannot get the screen passes down right for some reason. They're re-showing the McCoy injury. So after we get rid of A.J. McCarron, I'm more than okay with that. We needed to sign a veteran quarterback at that moment. I didn't care if it was Colin Kaepernick. We had Colin Clemens. We had Derek Anderson. There were so many available. Just hold the clipboard for Josh Allen. That doesn't happen. As we go 2nd and 10, you got 2 wide receivers bound screen, 1 to the top. Chris Ivory in the backfield. Another run to Chris Ivory. They're just going to focus on the run at this point since we're not doing anything in the pass game. Ivory stopped for a 2-yard loss. Going to make it 3rd and 12 with 1:45 to go in the third quarter. So the moment we get rid of A.J. McCarron, we need to sign another quarterback, a veteran quarterback. The fact that we don't costs us that game against Houston last week. I mean, that's what cost us that game. We cannot count on Nathan Peterman as a backup quarterback, but we do. I like the idea of starting Peterman to start the season because of the preseason he had. He had a great preseason. Anderson in shotgun, Ivory to his right on this 3rd and 12 play. 2 wide receivers top, 2 wide receivers to the bottom. Passes complete to Charles Clay for about 6 or 7 yards. I'm not going to lie, guys. With a minute to go in the third quarter, you might consider going for it here. 4th and 5 at the 46-yard line, you might consider going for it. But it doesn't look like they're going to. I don't understand why you play. Like, what's the point of that play then? What's the point of a 7-yard catch on 4th and 12? Whatever. What do I know? So you have to question our coach and GM's decision, both Bean and McDermott, to not sign a veteran quarterback as soon as they get rid of McCarron. I agree with every single punt goes down, gets fair caught inside the 15-yard line for the Buffalo Bills. So another good punt by Bjorges with 25 seconds left to go in this third quarter. They're just going to run a play. So I hate this because it's going to be commercial break, run a play. But during this commercial break, I have time to talk more about the QE situation that you asked about, Ramos. Bortles got benched. That's not a surprise. It's about time. But anyway, so you talk about trading McCarron. You need to get a veteran. Starting Peterman to start the season is not a bad idea just because Allen has no experience. And Peterman, like I said, had a great preseason. For some reason, he just can't equate that to the regular season. He's had 2 seasons now where he's had really good preseasons, but then can't do anything when it comes to the regular season. The moment we bench Peterman in the second half of that Baltimore game, we can't let him back on the field the rest of the season. He's done. He's shot. And so we let Josh Allen in. Josh Allen, I actually think, is decent. He does need a year or 2 of growth, which makes you wonder about the scouting team for Buffalo as well, how well they scouted him. Because you look at like Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, they're NFL ready, and I get that, and they're looking pretty good. But Rosen and Allen are not NFL ready, and they're proving that. And so for you not to have, I mean, at least in Arizona you had Sam Bradford, to kind of try to take Allen or Rosen under his wing, but that just didn't work out with Bradford. You bring in Josh Rosen, that's fine. Things don't work out here for Peterman. You bring in why can't I think of his name? Allen. Bring in Josh Allen, that's fine. But who's Josh Allen learning from? Like, who's Josh Allen going to the sideline saying, here's what I saw, what should I have seen, how does it look in the NFL compared to at Wyoming? There's no one there. There's no one there for him to learn from. So now that Derek Anderson's there to learn from, I like our situation a little bit better. And if Derek Anderson was in last week, after having 4 to 5 weeks of practice with this team, I think we have a good chance to win that game. But because he just got signed 3-4 days ago, he's inactive, and we have to put Peterman back in. Boom, pick 6, touchdown. The fact that Peterman's still on this team baffles me. We should have another veteran signed. We should get rid of him. Why is he still on an NFL team? He has a touchdown and 7 interceptions, 8 interceptions in his career, 9 interceptions. I forget. It's terrible. But Tampa 2 defense, I understand the Tampa 2 defense. I get that. But at the same time, then you have to tell your receivers, all of them, get past the chains. You have to run a play that gets you 12 yards. You're trailing by 3 touchdowns, 25 seconds left to go in the third quarter. You have to get a play. Fumble by Luck as the snap goes behind Luck, and it's going to be a safety for Buffalo. Buffalo gets a safety as Luck's in shotgun. The snap goes over Andrew Luck's head. So this is now going to be a 24-5 game. And Buffalo's going to get the ball back. Might be something that the Bills needed here to make them think, at least, that they have a chance in this game. Still down 3 scores, down 19 points. Yeah, the shotgun snap hits Luck in the hand. Luck is unable to contain it. Unfortunately, the Bills had a chance to jump on it in the end zone, were unable to. But now this is a 24-5 game. Buffalo's getting the ball back, still down 3 scores. But this does give the Bills a little bit of hope when it comes to possibly winning this game. Now 3 scores gets you that win instead of tying it back up. So we'll see what happens with that. But now we're at commercial break again. So this is, again, one of those things that the NFL has problems with, is going from commercial break to the game, back to commercial break, because we're going to have a kickoff, go back to commercial. We're going to run one play, depending if it's complete or not, or what play the Bills run. But shortly thereafter, we're going to have the end of the third quarter. So this is an issue that the NFL has. This is why they're having a hard time with the fan base, although ratings are up this year. So That's a good thing. I'll go over some scores in some other games here. We got Chicago up on New England 24-21 after a Tariq Cohen 6-yard touchdown to put them up 24-21. New England does have the ball in the red zone. They have the ball 1st and 10 at the Chicago 16-yard line. So that's going back and forth. Houston and Jacksonville, as you just heard, Bortles was benched, and Cody Kessler just threw a touchdown pass to TJ Yeldon for 6 yards to get Jacksonville on the board. Point after pending, the score is now 20-6, Houston over Jacksonville. Detroit is now up 26-14 over Miami after a Michael Roberts 4-yard touchdown pass from Matthew Stafford. The 2-point conversion was no good, so that score remains 26-14. Minnesota scored another touchdown by Latavius Murray to go up 17-7 on the New York Jets. The Eagles are still up 17-7 on Carolina after a Goddard 1-yard touchdown pass from Carson Wentz to start the third quarter. That game's already in the fourth quarter, so that game's moving along pretty quickly there in Philadelphia as they're up 17-0. Tampa Bay still up 16-9 over Cleveland in a game that hasn't seen much scoring. There's a safety in that game. The offenses have not looked good, and that game is midway through the third quarter. So most of these games in the third quarter, you just have that one game, the Eagles game, in the fourth quarter, and Detroit and Miami are getting ready to move into the fourth quarter. In this game, if you can, if we can get past a couple things here, this game should be in the fourth quarter already. But the safety gives the Bills the potential to get the ball back, down 21-5. Right now, they're showing Jim Kelly as he was able to make this trip into Indianapolis, hang out with Frank Reich a little bit again. So 24-5, Buffalo. That's their first safety since 2015. So it's been a little while since we've had a safety. We're going to get the ball back as the kick goes to the 21-yard line. Murray gets it to the 29 before he's tackled. So Buffalo's going to get the ball with 16 seconds to go in the third quarter, down 24-5. Good to see some more points put on the board for the Bills. We're averaging about 12 points a game. I think it's 12.7 I said in the pregame. So we're not scoring points. And in this league, rocket science here says you need points to win. 12.7 a game is just not going to do that, especially when you get shut out in 4 of 7 first halves in this young season. The fact that we're 2-4 after that is surprising to me, let alone the fact that, our offense might be able to put some more points on the board here. So Anderson in shotgun, hands it off to Chris Ivory. Again, we need to do more than run the ball. Ivory gets a yard before he stood up big time by 2 Indianapolis Colts defenders. Going to bring up 2nd and 8 as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. So third quarter comes to an end. Scores 24-5 Indianapolis. If you're a Bills fan, you just can't be happy with this performance. As we get ready to start the fourth quarter, go over some scores again for you. Do some stats from this game. New England tied it with a field goal, so that game is 24-24. 7.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. So after this game, that game should still be going on. I'll probably turn into that. Houston, Jacksonville. Jacksonville did kick the extra point, and so now they're down 20-7 with 2:15 to go in the third quarter there. Detroit is still up 26-14 on Miami. Detroit has the ball. 14 minutes to go in that game. Minnesota's up on the Jets 17-7 with 6.5 to go in the third quarter. Minnesota has the ball in the red zone. However, it looks like it's 4th and goal, so they're going to kick a field goal. As I say that, Dan Bailey kicks a field goal to make it 20-7. Minnesota over the New York Jets with about 6 minutes to go there in the third quarter. The Philadelphia Eagles are up 17-0 on the Carolina Panthers. Carolina, however, does have the ball 1st and 10 at the Philadelphia 14-yard line. They did just score a touchdown to Curtis Samuel, 14-yard touchdown from Cam Newton. Oh, no, I'm sorry, it was a touchdown run. So it's 17-6 there, and the PAT was missed. So 17-6, Philadelphia over Carolina. Carolina getting ready to kick off after they just scored. And then the Tampa Bay-Cleveland game, Tampa Bay still up 16-9 in that one with 4:11 to go in the third quarter. So those are the scores around the league. You look at this game here, not much going on. The Buffalo Bills did just get a safety to make this game 24-5. Jacoby Brissett for Tre'Davious White and a second rounder. We're not giving up Tre'Davious White. That's insane. Tre'Davious White is proven to be a lockdown corner in this league. They would take a first rounder, if not more than that, to get Tre'Davious White off this team. He's not for sale. If we got rid of Davis White, that would just be crazy dumb. Yeah, I would have to question the coaching staff every turn from here on out if that happens. Yes, we're not getting rid of Davis White. We're not. Stop it. Should we be starting Primo or Whit for Allen? I know he's played terribly, but I mean, what do we have to lose at this point? We shouldn't be starting Peterman. We want to be able to assess our other talent on offense, and you cannot assess the other talent on offense if there's no one there to give them the ball. And then, I mean, in this game, I get it. We've run the ball on obvious passing situations. We might not be able to get the ball out to the wide receivers as much as we want. However, you have to remember Derek Anderson's been here 12 days. So, you can't assess talent around you. Incomplete pass to Murphy to start the fourth quarter. It's going to bring up 3rd and 8 for the Buffalo Bills. You cannot assess talent around you if they can't get the ball. Our offense has no chance with Nathan Peterman. No matter who you have in at running back, no matter who you have at wide receiver, no matter who you have as your offensive line, Peterman's going to make it look horrible. So you have to put someone in there who can make the defense respect the passing game. And Derek Anderson's done that in this game. Derek Anderson has not played that bad. I mean, for a guy who's only been on our team for 12 days, we were forced to call a timeout here with 12:56 to go in the fourth quarter. If we want to try to come back, that is going to hurt us a lot. Calling these early timeouts here because we cannot get a playoff. And these are things that are going to happen with the quarterback that's playing a team for 12 days. Peterman should be cut. The fact that Peterman is still on this team just because Coach McDermott has that big of an ego and has a problem, he's that stubborn is insane to me. I mean, Peterman cannot throw a ball to save his life, guys. It's just insane. So, anyhow, it's going to be 3rd and 9 for Buffalo. Buffalo is currently 2 for 7 on 3rd down conversions in this game. Again, if we don't get it here, I don't know why we don't go for it on 4th down. These are the types of situations that annoy me. We're not here to make this game score look reasonable. We're here to win. That's what we're here for. And if we punt here, if we don't get this 3rd down, it's just saying we don't want to get embarrassed. Anderson steps up in the pocket. As he's getting ready to throw, he gets hit. They're calling it a fumble. And the Colts are going to return this for, oh no, he's going to get stopped short of the touchdown inside the 5-yard line. Andre Holmes with the tackle. Anderson's hit on the play, and the ball moves forward. So it looked like possibly his arm was going forward, but we'll see on the replay here if the ball was out and maybe hit his elbow. Yeah, the ball is definitely out. Actually, what happens is the Colts player, when he's coming around to hit it, he hits it forward. So the ball is definitely out. Definitely a fumble. So it's going to be Colts ball. I mean, it's hard for McDermott to know that Benjamin's not going to perform here. I mean, he brought in Benjamin last year. We're looking pretty decent. Everyone's talking about how Tyrod Taylor needs someone to throw the ball to. And, Calvin Benjamin, what other trade offers did we have? I mean, Sammy Watkins, we trade him. I still say that was a good trade. McDermott has no ties to Calvin Benjamin. On 1st down, Buffalo stuffs him, gets him like a 4 or 5 yard loss. Going to bring up 2nd and goal from about the 7-yard line. Bills defense is going to step up here just like they did last week in the goal line stance, but at this point in the game, it just does not matter. But yeah, what are other options? So we trade Sammy Watkins away. We get some good stuff for him from the Rams. Again, Coach McDermott has no ties to Sammy Watkins, so he has no problem getting rid of him. And Sammy didn't do that great for the Rams either. Let's remember that. So I actually think we made out in that deal. He's doing much better for the Chiefs so far this year as not the #1 target, which is probably where he should have been. But then we start off doing pretty well on the season, and so we need to get a threat at wide receiver. Phillips has Luck wrapped up, does not get the sack. Luck runs out of bounds at the 1-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 1. 13:52 to go in the fourth quarter. Sorry, Bills fans. Again, you can't. We chose this fate. We chose this. And we knew that the potential for a rough year was coming. You know, after we trade Tyrod Taylor, again, I'm happy with the trade of Tyrod Taylor as he sits on a bench in Cleveland. We got everything we could from Tyrod, I think. I mean, we saw Tyrod, the best we could get from Tyrod. He led us to playoffs. We have to thank him for that. But at the same time, we're here to win playoff games, not score 3 points. Shotgun formation for Andrew Luck as we have 3rd and goal, and they score. T.Y. Hilton with another touchdown from Andrew Luck, 2nd of the day. Gonna make this 30-5 Indianapolis Colts. What I want to see is if he had T.Y. Hilton only has 4 catches on the day for 25 yards, but he also has those 2 touchdowns. I want to see if he had possession while he was in the end zone because he's coming back for the ball. So it's going to be interesting when I say he had possession. It does look like he had possession in the end zone. Benjamin doesn't like to warm up with Josh Allen. I just don't think Benjamin likes to warm up in Buffalo, is the thing. I don't think Benjamin's happy here. And again, there's no way Coach McDermott would have known that when they traded for him. And Bean, I should say. So extra point is good. Vinatieri moves all that much closer to breaking the record for most points all in a career. So a fumble returned to about the 5-yard line by the Bills and then punched in 3 plays later. Luck gets his 4th touchdown pass of the game. This again to T.Y. Hilton, his 2nd, to make this game 31-5. Benjamin's something else. And actually, he started off this game looking decent. And again, I thought maybe he would have a good game today, knowing that Anderson comes from Carolina. That's where he last played. And Benjamin was in Carolina when he was there. But he has, I think, 3 catches in this game. And he has that big penalty, that big no penalty that you can't have in a game like this. Where at that point, I think we were only down 14. And then that penalty puts us behind the chains. We punt, go down 21, just like that. Again, at the end of the first quarter, the score is 0-0. Indianapolis drives, make this game 7-0 on a pass to Swoop, I believe was the first score. And then after that, Buffalo moves down the field pretty good. We get into Colts territory, get inside the 30-yard line. Pass to Charles Clay, is fumbled then by Clay. Colts recover, drive downfield, only takes them 4 or 5 plays, and they're in the end zone, making it 14-0. So that killed us. That was a big backbreaker there. Then on the next drive, we get the ball, first down, run play for 2 yards. On that first down play, after the play is over, Benjamin gets a 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty, makes it 2nd and 22 instead of 2nd and 8. And then all of a sudden, we're forced to punt. They make it 21-0. Trying to make something happen before halftime. Anderson throws an errant pass that was intended for Benjamin. Gets intercepted, gets returned from inside the Colts 20-yard line to the Buffalo 30-yard line. Sets up a field goal to make it 24-0. And then then the Bills get the ball, bring it downfield, kick a field goal. The safety, and then that sack fumble that was returned pretty close to a touchdown and punched in for the Colts. T.Y. Hilton TD pass, his 2nd of the game, makes this one 31-5. Let's see if this Bills offense can get some points. Again, we're averaging 12.7 points a game. Let's try to get some points on the board. I mean, seriously, this is just ridiculous. And again, I agree with most, if not all, of Coach McDermott's decisions on defense. I think our defense has played really well this season. I mean, you look at that Houston game last week. You look at the Green Bay game. We got shut out. Our defense still played outstanding. You look at this game. I don't know how much of this you can put on the defense. I'll have to watch this game back either later tonight or tomorrow, and we'll talk about that tomorrow on my post-game wrap-up. But yeah, it just doesn't look good in this game here, as the Buffalo Bills are now down 31-5 with 13-13 to go in the 4th quarter. Kickoff goes out of bounds, so Buffalo will start with the ball 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. McCoy going out the second play of the game. I'm not sure how much that affected the play calling for the Buffalo Bills. Like I said before, we've seen in the games where we've ran the ball more than 40 times. Those are the 2 games we've won. And any game that we've ran the ball less than that, we've lost, and we've lost bad. Steve is someone who actually helped me start this channel. He's been away for a while. doing personal things and stuff like that. So I hope that he does get back on here to help me out, but unfortunately he's been unable to recently. First down, Anderson's in shotgun. Pass down the field to Benjamin. Benjamin has a catch for a first down. Gets inside Colts territory to about the 44-yard line. So big play for the Buffalo Bills as Anderson has a huge completion for about 34 yards to Calvin Benjamin. Gets inside Colts territory. Wonder where that's been all game. Inside the 45-yard line. So Anderson 16 for 22 for 156. Again, that's more passing yards than we've had so on average. We average 123 a game, so that's going to help our average. Screen passes to Chris Ivory. He just runs up the middle, gets 8, 9. Man, Chris Ivory's just hard to take down. Gets inside the 35-yard line, going to make it second and short for the Buffalo Bills with 12.5 to go in this game. Again, this game is over as far as score is concerned, 31-5. But you do want to be able to assess what talent you have, and not only assess what talent you have, but also assess who's in this for a long haul. Who's not going to just give up because it looks bleak. On second down, pass is that Charles Clay? No, actually that's to Kroom. That's to Jason Kroom. Gets inside the 30-yard line, gets us a first down. So it's going to be 1st and 10 Buffalo at the 26-yard line, down 31-5 with less than 12 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. They'll move downfield pretty quickly here. Again, as the Colts probably are in prevent defense. Again, in shotgun, Anderson with a screen pass to Ivory. Incomplete. Ivory looked like he was getting ready to cradle it as the ball fell out. Luckily, that wasn't ruled a fumble. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Buffalo Bills with 11:40 to go. Thank you, Anthony Ramos. I'm glad you stopped by. Just share this stream if you know about other Bills fans who want to watch live play-by-play and reaction to this game, can't watch the game, or if they're sick and tired of announcers ruining it for them, they can come check us out. If you know any Colts or Patriots fan, I guess I won't be doing the stream next week, but let them know that we're here as well. The bad thing is about the tight end situation. Run is to Ivory to the right side, gets about 7 yards on 2nd and 10, gonna make it 6 yards, so it's going to make it 3rd and 4 for the Buffalo Bills. The sad thing about our tight end situation, and this goes back to the dead money situation, guys, that our previous regime left us in. When we signed Charles Clay, a lot of that, most of that, including all of this year's contract, was guaranteed. Now, I don't know what it looks like next year. I have to look into that. But if it's all guaranteed money, there's no reason to drop him. So I'm not sure what this situation looks like next year. Obviously, next year our dead cap money situation is already a lot better, but how much better, I'm not sure. On 3rd and 4, looks like there was a broken up screenplay. Obviously, the safeties for the Colts are now cheating in because there really hasn't been too many plays down the field. So this is going to bring up 4th and 4. So the offense is going to go for it here with 10:59 left to go in this game. 31-5. Our offense is going to try to get into the end zone here. They're showing Josh Allen on the sideline, who again I think, given some time to improve, I think he's going to be just fine. I don't understand why he hasn't had someone like Derek Anderson in the past 5 weeks to kind of mentor him, but at this point that's neither here nor there. We got 4th and 4. Anderson's in shotgun. We got Murphy going out for a pass, catches the ball a yard short of the first down, gets tackled right away by the Colts. So that's going to be 1st and 10 for the Indianapolis Colts. Again, why are you running plays that don't get you to the first down marker? I just will never understand that. It just drives me nuts, especially on 4th and 4. You're talking about 4th and 4. You don't have to draw, it's not like 4th and 13. We have to draw up a crazy game plan where you only have 3 receivers open. It's 4th and 4. Everyone should be going 4 yards and then cutting back in. You shouldn't even turn around to look at the quarterback unless he's in trouble right away, of course, to catch the ball until you're 4 yards downfield. I just never understand that. Someone please tell me how on a 4th and 4 you can run a play short of the first down marker and be okay with that. I just don't get it. Just don't get it. So we're at commercial. Too many turnovers. Connected, okay. All right, so something just happened there, guys. I'm trying to see if I'm still live here. If you can hear me, let me know. All right, so I don't know what happened there. My OBS disconnected for a minute, so I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, yeah, we're back. Not saying. I mean, I wish. I'm actually glad it wasn't a close game. I think I would have had a heart attack there. But I wish I was back and it'd be like, okay, good game, let's go. We are live. Yeah, this happens live. So the receiver has to get depth or make someone miss, and you have to get depth on when you're going for on 4th and 4. You have to get depth. I just don't understand it. It says I'm offline. Yeah, I went offline there for a minute, guys. I apologize for that. That was the OBS system, the software I use, or hardware. I don't know the difference between software and hardware. Who knows? Who knows these things? Anyhow, it disconnected for a little bit, but now I'm back. So I do apologize for that. Glad that you guys stuck with me. Again, welcome to Believers Talk. If you are new, my name is Joe. Hit that subscribe button. Share this video. And not if you're a Bills fan, not the greatest video to share right now. However, I will be going live for every Sunday game for the Buffalo Bills. Doing live streams. I will be going live on Mondays following the game to see. I don't know why they're showing Adman Terry. I don't know why. I know he's getting close to that record, but why would you come back from gross for showing him? I don't know. So Colts start with the ball, 1st and 10. Pass on 1st down, gains a loss of about 4 yards. So, Buffalo's defense is now swarming. But anyway, so I go live every Monday following the game. I will be giving you post-game analysis. I will be rewatching this game before I get on here, and then I will say more about this game at that point. Again, I don't want to over or underreact to something during the game, which if you know me, you know I tend to do that. I want to give myself time to think about what I saw and rewatch it, knowing the outcome, so that way I don't get emotionally invested, and then give you some stuff from there. Handoff on 2nd down is to Mack. Mack runs up the middle again, unable to stop Mack all day. He gets about 6 or 7 yards on 2nd down, so it's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 5 for the Indianapolis Colts with 10 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Josh Allen will be fine. I hope so. Just surrounding Allen with talent. Well, that's a problem Bills have had for 18 years now, right? It's not surrounding the players with talent. That's the problem we've had for 18 years. But again, our coach looks like he's a good defensive-minded coach. However, this is an offensive-minded league. So how much can you do? On 3rd down, they pass it to Ebram. Ebram just muscles his way to a 1st down as he has Tyrone Johnson on him, and Johnson's just a little undersized to take down Eric Ebram, and Ebram just bullies his way for about 10 yards for a 1st down. So, but yeah, that's the biggest problem is our coach is a defensive coach, and we're not playing in a defensive league. So he doesn't know how to assess offensive talent. So we need to get a good offensive coordinator in there. So we get Brian Dable, who has no history of success in the NFL. He's been an offensive coordinator in the NFL before, but he has no history of success. He was a QB coach in New England after they were already pretty much set up, and no one screws up in New England. I mean, look how the coaches have come out of New England and failed. As a Notre Dame fan, Weiss. Romeo Crennel is, again, good defensive coordinator. We just ran into him last week in Houston. Houston's defense did really well. Not a good head coach. So why are we going to coaches that have failed in the past? Dable was the Cleveland Browns, and you could say, well, it was the Cleveland Browns and the Miami Dolphins offensive coordinator before, and they were in the low 20 or in the mid to the high 20s in offensive production as the Indianapolis Colts pick up a 1st down and 2nd and 6 to keep the clock moving with a run to Mack to the left-hand side. So it looks like Mack actually might get close to that 100-yard mark for the game if we cannot stop him here soon. But they are just now running the ball down our throats, and our defense is putting up no resistance. Again, Poyer with the tackle. Yeah, he has 17 rushes for 101 yards, so he does break that 100-yard mark against the Buffalo Bills after, again, the Indianapolis Colts coming into this game only averaged 86 yards rushing a game. And here they are. They actually have over 150 yards at this point rushing. So kind of a little embarrassing for a defense that actually was decent in running and rush defense coming into this game as well. Not sure if they were thinking that all they would have to do is stop Andrew Luck in this game, which they haven't done a good job doing that either, and then everything else would be fine. But they really just, the defense did not come in here with a good defensive game plan. So never sure got rid of Schwartz. Well, the issue is back when Rex Ryan took over the team, he got rid of Schwartz because he felt like he was the defensive guy, and he would get a good offensive coordinator to help take over. When he realized he wasn't the defensive guy, you have to hire your brother who averages 32nd in the league in defense coordination to come in and fix things. It just doesn't make sense, guys. A lot of decisions. Rex was definitely an issue. Rex was a huge issue. You talk about a team that had Doug Marrone with Schwartz in here, and we finished 9-7 and just missed the playoffs. Ralph Wilson dies. There is a clause in Marrone's contract that says he can now decide if he wants to stay a Bills head coach or not. He decides not to. Always enjoying sarcasm. I try, John. I try. I mean, you have to be sarcastic to be a Bills fan. You have to get some entertainment somewhere. But yeah, so as soon as Marrone leaves, we know Schwartz is going to leave. And Schwartz was a great defensive coordinator. I really wished we would have gotten an offensive head coach and tried to keep Schwartz as well. But then Ryan gets in there, and ever since then, it's been a carousel. I mean, you can even say ever since Wade Phillips, it's been a carousel of coaches. Whether it be head coach, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, it's just been carousel. Very few years in there have we not at least switched one of those. And that's not a winning formula. So, we need to find a coaching staff that can mesh well together and do well for the team. I'm not saying Brian Daboll is a terrible offensive coordinator at this point. I'm saying we have no proof to show us otherwise, but I'm also saying that we need consistency, especially a rookie quarterback. I'm okay with keeping Brian Daboll for next year after, we have all this money now in salary cap space to spend. We get all this talent to see what they do at that point. You're talking about Brian Daboll, he's already had 4 quarterbacks this season. If you include Adrian McCarron in there, he's had 4 quarterbacks, 3 starting quarterbacks already this season. And we're only 7 weeks in. So how can you get a consistent offensive game plan? Eagles in a tight one. I'll go through scores in a second here. How can you get a consistent offensive game plan when you're going through quarterbacks? They're averaging 2 games before they either get hurt or you realize they stink in Nathan Peterman's case. And, you're talking about a quarterback who's only been on the team for 13 days. How well do you think he's going to do? So, anyhow, 6:50 to go in the fourth quarter. We're still at commercial. I'll go through some scores real quick. New England up on Chicago 31-24 after a Kyle Van Noy 29-yard block punt return for a touchdown. You got Houston still up 27 on Jacksonville. Detroit is now up 29-21 on Miami. Get to that in a second. Andrew Luck in shotgun, 6:36 to go in the fourth quarter. 3rd and 4 for the Indianapolis Colts. Buffalo coming. Pass is short, so it's going to be incomplete. So it's going to bring up 4th and 4 with 6:22 to go. There's a flag down. Give me on Buffalo, right? I just put food in my mouth. I'm going to choke if it's on Buffalo. We'll see. No, offensive pass interference, penalties declined. Okay, good. Good, you're about to see someone die on YouTube after they choked. Because I don't know who you were going to contact. So they ran a pick play. It was incomplete anyway, but they ran swoop out to pick Hyde, and he elbowed him in the face. All right. So they called offensive pass interference, which it was, but we declined penalty. 4th and 4, they're going to punt us the ball. 6:22 to go in the fourth quarter. Buffalo trails 31-5. Let's see if we can get this ball in that rectangle thing they call an end zone. Good punt. Let go Hyde lets it go behind him, and it's down at the 8-yard line, I think it was. Down at the 8-yard line, so Buffalo will start with the ball 1st and 10 from the 8-yard line. So if we want to get in that rectangle thing that normally has a different color paint, which might be scaring the Bills players at this point, we're going to have to travel the length of the field. 31-5, 6:11 to go in the fourth quarter. Buffalo trailing. Again, let's go through some scores throughout the league. Again, early game today in London, the LA Chargers beat the Tennessee Titans 20-19 on a very controversial call, or a very questionable call by the Tennessee head coach at the end of that one. New England's up 31-24. Houston's up 27. Detroit's up 29-21. Minnesota's up 27-10. Anderson shotgun on 1st and 10 for the Bills. Delayed handoff to Chris Ivory. Gets it to about the 12-yard line. Detroit's up on Miami 29-21. Minnesota's up on the Jets 27-10. Carolina is trailing Philly 17-14. Carolina has the ball with 2:06 to go in that game there. And Tampa's up on Cleveland 23-16 with 10:52 to go in that game. So Buffalo has the ball, 2nd and 6 now. Anderson in shotgun again. Throws downfield. Pass intended for Zay Jones gets intercepted by the Indianapolis Colts at the 20-yard line. So Anderson throws another interception. This one looked like it was more on him as he's trying to find someone open. He gets cut off. The pass to Zay Jones gets cut off by number 23. And there's an interception for the Indianapolis Colts with 5:32 to go in this game. The score 31-5. Obviously, that interception not as crucial as the one that Peterman threw last week. So as Zay Jones is coming across the field, he's watching Zay Jones and not looking. Zay's coming from right to left. He doesn't look to his left to see who's there before he throws the ball. And there's the Colts defender who just cuts the route and intercepts the ball. So you have Brissett coming into the game, trying to increase his trade value so you can get Tre'Davious White for Cody Brissett. Doubt it. But Brissett does come into the game. Andrew Luck is done for the day. And on 1st down, they run it to the left-hand side to Mack. And Mack walks into the end zone for a touchdown untouched. Again, at this point, it's kind of embarrassing if you're a Bills fan. Kind of embarrassing. Take care, John. Thanks for stopping by. Good luck to your Eagles as they finish that one out, hopefully for you. But yeah, if you're what's this end zone you speak of? That's what I mean. No one knows. No one in Buffalo knows what the end zone looks like. There's just no effort on the defense to stop Mack there as he runs a counter route to the left-hand side, and it's a 20-yard walk-in for the Indianapolis Colts. Thanks, Hard-Hearted, for stopping by. I understand that this is very frustrating as Vinatieri misses another extra point, so he stays even. I understand the Colts wanting to get him that record, but he's now missed 2 extra points. The field goal he made looked kind of horrible. Wonder what Coach McDermott's going to say after this loss. I will probably not be doing the Monday night game against the Pats. I'll let you know throughout the week. I've been saying this whole week that I haven't. If you haven't already checked out the Sports Fury, they will be doing it. They do all primetime games, so check out the Sports Fury. Tell them that Believers Talk sent you, and they will be doing all primetime games. I've been telling everyone to go there. If anything changes tomorrow or Thursday, I will obviously let you all know, but I don't think I'll be doing the Monday night stream. I'd rather blow up than, I'd rather just win, you know what I mean? Like, it might be hard to ask for as a Bills fan, as we're getting a drop to 2-5, and the Colts are going to move up to 2-5. It might be hard to ask for if you're a Bills fan to win a game, to get a couple points, things like that. But I'd rather see our team play well. Last week we lost, but man, our defense played so well. I don't know what happened between last week and this week. We have played 5 road games already compared to 2 home games. That can take a toll on a team. I understand that, but it just hasn't been pretty at all. At all. Yeah, Bills have 4 turnovers today. The Colts have turned that into 24 points. LaShawn McCoy left in the second quarter. They're calling it a head injury, although it looked like he sprained his ankle or something. But maybe that included a head injury on the play. So he obviously did not come back in the game. Andrew Luck finishes the game 17 for 23 for 156 and 4 touchdowns. Let's go through some scores. I think there are going to be some closer games than this one. The New England Patriots are beating the Chicago Bears 31-24 with 13 minutes to go in that game. New England has the ball. Houston up 20-7 on Jacksonville. Is that Peterman in? Did we put Peterman in? Yeah, Peterman almost got Kroom killed, by the way. Or is that still Anderson? That's still Anderson. But he almost got Jason Kroom killed. He just led him right into Moore, who just upended him. He almost got Jason Kroom killed. Like, wow. Wow. He threw it behind Kroom. Kroom makes an adjustment to try to catch the ball. And Moore is just there, basically bent over, hits him in the waist, and then Kroom gets upended because he's not looking, and he's trying to get the ball. So 2nd and 10 for the Buffalo Bills. Anderson in shotgun again, hands it off to Marcus Murphy. Marcus Murphy has a good gap. Marcus Murphy gets a lot of yards. Marcus Murphy gets the ball past midfield. Marcus Murphy gets the ball into Colts territory before he's taken down at the 45-yard line. Gee, why don't we play him a little bit more? He might get us in the end zone, so maybe that's why we're avoiding giving the ball to Marcus Murphy. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the problem. Marcus Murphy gains too many yards in one clip at a time. Don't want him to play. We'll go over the stats in this game, but right now he has 4 rushes for 53 yards. That's only about 12 yards per carry. Don't want that. As Buffalo gets a penalty here, it's going to be a false start. Love those dead ball fouls. False start on the offense, so it's now going to be 1st and 15. That one's going to be on Jordan Mills, so always enjoy seeing that kind of stuff. New England up 31-24 on Chicago. Houston up 20-7 on Jacksonville. Detroit up 29-21 on Miami. The Jets are in the red zone down 27-10. Carolina's in the red zone down 17-14 with 1:25 in that game. 3rd and goal. That's going to be a huge stop for the Eagles if they can get it. And then Tampa's still up 23-16 on Cleveland. Anderson in shotgun gets the ball on 1st and 15. A screen pass to Marcus Murphy. Marcus Murphy gets dragged down for about a 2-yard loss, so it's going to be 2nd and 17 for the Buffalo Bills. Let's see if Cleveland can play to another tie, huh? And then, of course, earlier today in London, the LA Chargers defeated Tennessee 20-19. That's 2nd and 17 for our Bills here, down 37-5, 4:20 to go in the 4th quarter. Anderson goes deep. Looks like he was intending to get it to a Colts. That's crazy. So, Anderson was basically intending to throw it to a Colts player. It hit off the Colts player's helmet, and then it went straight directly to another Colts player. Yeah, that's an interception in Indianapolis Colts. The ball went off of number 31's helmet, went straight in the air, and number 36 is there to benefit with the interception. That's Moore again. He's the one who almost killed Kroom earlier on this drive. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Indianapolis Colts. 4:13 to go at this point. Thank you if you're still watching. I have no idea why you are. I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I will be back here tomorrow to give you some analysis on what has been a miserable game if you're a Bills fan. As Indianapolis runs the ball for about 25 yards. Gets a 1st down. And it just looks like the Bills have given up on this game with 4 minutes to go. That's the 5th turnover for the Bills in this game. Again, one of my keys to victory was not turn the ball over. We've had 5. Thank you for the new subscription. Again, I will be here live again tomorrow for the Bills post-game coverage. Again, don't want to overreact to this loss. It looks terrible. Losing to a 1-5 team, 37-5. Giving up over 150 yards, rushing, 4 touchdown passes. I don't think I'll have much nice to say tomorrow either, but you never know. I will try to look at this game and try to find some positives that Bills fans can take out of this. I think obviously we look at Marcus Murphy. He will definitely be a positive to take out of this. I'm currently watching the Bucs-Browns game, and Baker Mayfield is acting like college Baker Mayfield right now, LOL. Hey, no surprise there. I mean, I don't know if you mean by his play or by his actions, but sometimes immaturity can follow you. Just hope he's not another Johnny Manziel, that's all. So 2nd and 5, 2:45 to go in the 4th quarter. Again, yeah, I do try to look at some positives for the Bills. Another huge run, this time by Whitaker, I'm sorry. So yeah, the Bills have allowed over 150, and the Carolina Panthers scored a touchdown to go up in that game with a minute 11 left. It's Carolina 21, Philadelphia 17. As everyone, I mean, that's a surprise as everyone picked the Eagles to win that game pretty easily from what I saw. So now this game's going to go to 2-minute warning. Again, like I said, I try to find positive aspects to take out of every game. This one's going to be really tough. I mean, I think I should get paid. Thank you, Krabby Kale. Yeah, it wasn't an easy game to call. I mean, still 2 minutes to go, 37-5, Indianapolis Colts over the Buffalo Bills. But I try to do my best. I only might get Bills info. Well, keep joining me. Like I said, hit that notification bell. I do go live at least 3 times a week, most weeks. Again, I won't be doing the New England game. I will be elsewhere, but I will tell you guys, go over to Sports Fury. They do cover all primetime games, and that will include the Buffalo Bills New England Patriots game. Just tell them Believers Talk sent you. And then I do go live Monday and Thursday during the week to do a post-game and pre-game. And then I go live most Sundays for the game. How did Luck play? Luck played pretty well. Luck only did what he had to do. If I ran a Colts channel, I would stress myself out. LOL. Yeah, it's a lot, guys. I mean, I know. I appreciate all your support because it does take some time. It is a lot to do. You work on the thumbnails, you work on statistics, you watch the game twice. I mean, if you're a Bills fan, can you imagine having to watch this game again? Like it's not the most fun all the time, especially not this season. But I enjoy doing it. I enjoy hanging out with you guys on Sunday and during my live streams as well. Luck played well. Luck did what he was supposed to do. We still have the Buffalo Bills have not allowed a 300-yard passer. This is going to be for 16 straight games. But Luck did what he had to do. He had 4 touchdown passes. Your run game was really, if you're a Colts fan, the run game is where they really got us. Like I said, they have over 150 yards rushing, maybe close to 200 at this point, yards rushing on the game total. So that's really what beat us. Turnovers, obviously we've had 5 turnovers in this game, huge mistakes, and they've really cut the field in half, so Andrew Luck has not had to throw for a lot of yards, but he's done what he had to do, and I'll go through the stats at the end of the game here over how well he actually did. But the Indianapolis Colts are definitely going to win this game, obviously 37-5, 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Some close games. You got Carolina just going up 21-17 on the Eagles with 1:04 left. It does look like the Eagles have the ball deep inside Carolina territory already. Cleveland has the ball in the red zone, down 23-16 with half the fourth quarter left to go in that one. Minnesota is beating the Jets 27-16. The Detroit Lions have gone up now 32-21 on Miami. Houston's still up 20-27 on Jacksonville, and New England's now up 38-24 as they start to pull away from the Chicago Bears there. Is T.Y. Hilton back? Yes, T.Y. Hilton is back. T.Y. Hilton actually has 2 touchdowns in this game. Neither of them long. I think he has, 4 catches for 24 yards, but he also has 2 touchdowns as well. They're looking at Luck. Luck did run on that one play where he got to the goal line before the T.Y. Hilton pass, and it looks like he pulled up, so I'm not sure if they think he's hurt or why they're doing that. But anyhow, Tony Brissett is just going to kneel it here on 1st and 10 at the other end of the 2-minute warning. They're going to kneel it 2 or 3 times, and that's going to be the ball game. So, again, thank you for joining me on Believers Talk. If you're new, my name is Joe. Hit that subscribe button. We do go live constantly throughout the week. Go live at least 3 times a week, sometimes 4, depending on how much breaking news. Again, the trade deadline is only 9 days away, so there might be more Bills news coming up after a performance like this. I wouldn't care who we traded, other than a couple players, a couple key young guys on defense, obviously. Josh Allen, still a young guy in offense, obviously. And we'll just see what happens. But this was a miserable performance by a lot of people here on the Bills team, and I expect something to happen here. Whether that means, and again, I don't want to see this happen, but if that means Brian Daboll getting fired, if that means something like you can only explain the fact that you have a quarterback that's only been on your roster for 12 days. I understand that, but you're talking about 5 points, and this isn't the first time this is the 4th time we've been shut out in the first half this season already, and this is only week 7. Like, does it get any worse? How can it get worse? I'm not going to say it can't get worse, because it can. It can. But how? 5 turnovers. I mean, these things can't happen. The Charles Clay fumble, huge momentum backbreaker for the Buffalo Bills. They score off that drive, and then that's pretty much the game from that point on. They do have to kneel it one more time here. Actually, it's 4. They can't kneel it. I apologize. So they'll have to snap it and do something on 4th down here. As Andrew Luck reminds the offense that is on the field that you have to run a play. So 4th and 13, they're just going to run something. It doesn't matter. It's just going to be 1 second that they have to run off the clock. So as soon as they snap the ball, they're dumber than bricks. But the timekeeper knows to run out the clock. So 37-5 is the final score. Like I said, T.Y. Hilton is back. He did have 2 touchdowns, and I'll go over those stats right now for you. I want to get you guys to some of the other close games. You're talking about the Eagles game with a minute to go. Talk about that Cleveland-Tampa Bay game. That's kind of close as well. So let's get some stats here. For the Buffalo Bills, you have Derek Anderson going 20 for 31, 175 yards, 3 interceptions, 2 sacks. Surprisingly, 175 yards is actually better than our average, which is 123. So our average passing yards actually goes up in this game. Chris Ivory had 16 rushes for 81 yards. Again, at 5 yards per rush average. Don't know why we're not running him more. I don't understand that. Murphy has 4 rushes for 53 yards, which is a 13.3 yards per carry average. Don't know why we're not running him back. Hey, Myth, thanks for joining me all game. You are a true believer, man. A lot of you in here, true believers. Can't believe you joined me for this whole stream. Thank you, Buffalo Sack Attack. I'm glad you enjoy listening. And you know, like I said, share this with your friends. Hit that. I know you guys are already subscribed. You guys are loyal fans to me, and I appreciate that. Hit that notification bell and continue to join me on these streams. These tough ones, they're tough, and it's easier to do it with you guys here, so I appreciate that. So Derek Anderson, 20 for 31, 175 yards, 3 interceptions. Chris Ivory, 16 rushes, 81 yards. Marcus Murphy, 4 rushes, 53 yards. Again, 13-yard average. Don't know why we didn't use him before. McCoy, again, went out early in this game, only has 2 rushes for 1 yard. Benjamin is our leading receiver, 4 catches for 71 yards. Zay Jones has 3 for 27. Chris Ivory, 3 for 25. Marcus Murphy, 5 for 17. Charles Clay, 3 for 14. That huge fumble that I kept talking about. Andre Holmes had 1 catch. The first completion of the game was to Andre Holmes. 1 catch, 13 yards. Haven't heard from the rest of the game. Jason Kroom has that 1 catch for 8 yards. Hauschka went 1 for 1 on field goal attempts. Murphy had 3 returns for 48 yards. Jorges had 4 punts for 185 yards. Again, 3 inside the 20. He's done a great job this season. Really big addition. I wasn't sure if getting rid of Colton Schmidt at the beginning of the year was a good idea. But he has really done a good job, Jorges has, of stepping up into that punter role, solidifying the idea. And this is something you have to give credit to the coaching staff for, of getting him and being able to get rid of Colton Schmidt, who had been in the Bills for a few years. Lead tackler is one of our corners, Taron Johnson. Him and Edmonds both had 7 tackles. No sacks on the day for the Bills. No turnovers on the day for the Bills. So nothing from that category to share with you. Go over to the Colts side of the ball. You have Andrew Luck went 17 for 23, 156, 4 touchdowns. Again, he's not going to impress you with his yards. He did what he had to do. 4 touchdowns in this game, so that's a big stat there. You have Mack, their leading rusher, 19 carries for 126 and a touchdown. Hines had 5 for 47. Wilkins had 6 for 46. So again, you're talking over 200 yards of rushing in this game. Andrew Luck had 3 for 5 yards. Brissett had 2 for -2. Those are just kneel downs. Rodgers was their leading receiver, had 4 catches for 40 yards. Mack had 2 catches for 33 yards, a touchdown. Eric Ebron had 3 catches for 31 yards. Hilton had 4 for 25 and 2 touchdowns. Swoop, 1 for 17 and a touchdown. Wilkins and Ali Cox both had 1 catch for 8 yards each. Hines had 1 catch for -5 yards. Vinatieri 1 for 1 on field goals, 2 for 4 on extra points. Their punter, Sanchez, had 4 punts for 188 yards. Leonard was their leading tackler with 12 tackles and a fumble recovery. Mitchell had 7 tackles, an interception, and a forced fumble. Moore had 5 tackles and an interception. And then Moore, So Kenny Moore had the 5 tackles, 2 assists, and an interception. And then also Corey Moore had an interception as well for the Indianapolis Colts. So that's it from Indianapolis as the Buffalo Bills lose to the Indianapolis Colts 37-5. Not a good showing if you're a Bills fan. I appreciate everyone who was here. I really do. I thank you for that. I appreciate the support. Continue to support Believers Talk. Just hit subscribe. Share these videos with your friends. Let them know that we are here live streaming the games, doing post-game the Monday after, and then doing pre-game the Thursday before for the upcoming game. Thank you for joining me again on this tough one as the Bills lose, drop to 2-5 on the season, 37-5. The win brings the Colts up to 2-5 as well. So again, thank you. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Like us on Facebook and Twitter. The link is in the description below, so follow us there. But that's it from here. So till next time, go Bills.